Speedway,
What is up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Drivecast, and today, Niner, is your recording going?
Yeah, boy.
Okay, so that's fine. So, yeah, and today it's episode 41, is it? 41?
Yep,
If it's 41, I'm gonna look like an absolute dick. And we've got a shit ton of topics. We're gonna be talking about the Crew Wild Run, because obviously that came out this week, as well as open world races and closed base races, so not really like simulation arcade, so like Underground 1, Underground 2 style games, and which ones we prefer. As well as that, we're going to be talking about the 3 best and worst things about being a YouTuber, and we've just got a shit ton more topics. Like, this is going to be easily a 2-hour Drivecast, easily. So, with that being said, if it's not a 2-hour Drivecast, I'm going to shoot myself, but let's go ahead and get straight into the first topic, what do we think Jay will be on next week? Because, as we know, our own intern, Joe Pennant, he has been gaining like mad. I think last week he was on what, like 2 subscribers, and now he's on like 8,000.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm saying we will predict next week what he's going to be on, and then we look back next week at the predictions and see what we said.
I want to check on Social Blade.
I want to check on Social Blade too. Actually, I probably should have done this before.
Why am I a topic? Oh my god.
It's your fame. Your fame.
Anyway,
What
yeah, you are
happens
famous.
when you reach that level of stardom is people look up to you.
No.
and they're all looking up to you.
No.
You went from the intern to the ingrown toenail.
Yes.
So I'm saying next week you're gonna be on. I'm gonna say you're on 1,000 next week.
Yep.
I'm gonna say you're on 1,300.
Oh, soft prediction for
I'm
the.
gonna say you're easily on 1,000.
In 30 days from now, it says that it's going to be in 1,378.
So he's gonna be on a lot more than that then. So we need to
Cool.
reevaluate. I'm gonna say
Cool.
1,500 then.
I'm
I
gonna say
take that
30.
back. If Social Blade says 1,100, then it's definitely gonna be
Yeah.
more. So.
I
Dude,
say easily 1,300. 1,300 is my guess.
in 9 months. In 9
No,
months.
I'm gonna say
6,000.
1.1k.
I'm gonna say 2K.
What? Okay, let's not be silly now,
Okay,
shall we?
so next week we're going to look back on that and we're going to see how far we came with those predictions. Hopefully
And then
we're
we're gonna
somewhat
have you
correct.
as a topic again.
Yeah, and then we're going to have the topics next week and the week after and the week after until he stops growing. Because I legit think when we look back at this next week, we're going to be like, we were so wrong, and he's now on like 8,000 and he's taken us all. Anyway, let's go on to the next topic, which is the Crew Wild Run. So as you guys know, it came out, was it the Tuesday?
Tuesday.
17th.
Tuesday, and I've been playing it on and off because there is so many games I need to play at the moment, and I'm sure you guys can say the same.
Mhm.
Sure.
It's quite a lot. So I've been playing a bit of it. I find it's a real grind to get the cars you need.
Yeah.
Grind is an understatement.
What the hell is Speedway doing? That's what I want to know.
Then again, if you're using all the perks and stuff, you get like 18k per PvP
No, fuck
race.
you.
Yeah.
And the RX-7 is like 500,000.
Yeah, exactly. Like the pricing of the
That's
cars
the
is
grind.
mad.
Like, I thought in the beta the prices were just beta prices, but they're the real prices.
No, they are real prices.
They're the real prices. And I've been playing all day on the crew, pretty much, and I kind of gave up around about 4 hours ago, just because I was like, I'm saving up for an RX-7, I'm going to doing a video on the RX-7. Then I realised how long it actually took to earn money, and I'm like, nah! I just gave up, and then I'm working on something now.
Yeah,
I
this is
don't
why.
like it, it's too much of a grind, it's annoying, it's like...
I think that the fact that people have been like asking for tuners so much, they said like, you know what, fuck this, we're gonna charge the tuners for like 500k. Fuck it.
Even the BRZ, that's like 300k. That's
Yeah.
pretty mad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But overall,
I mean, I can't check. I can't check because I don't have the Crew Wild Run, but from what I heard, it's really expensive.
Imagine
Like
people.
with the kids and everything.
Imagine people getting the game along with Wild Run, like they're just new getting into the game and getting all this stuff. Imagine them just grinding through the campaign, not earning like pennies, peanuts
Actually, yeah.
for all the
You know,
races they
you
get,
know what annoys me?
and then
is-
they won't be able to get all the like the cars that come with Wild Run because it's like 500 grand. They're not gonna be getting 500 grand from just the freaking story missions, and they're not gonna have the perks which allows them to make bank from all the PvP. So
What annoys me
yeah.
is that the people who are paid to play the Crew Wild Run, they're playing through the campaign and not playing the actual expansion.
I've got to say,
What?
I do kind of like the fact that new people won't get the good cars because it's kind of like it redeems the ones who play the game.
Could be loyal.
So I kind of get that, but overall, the Crew Wild Run is freaking amazing. I think we're
It
getting
is.
a bit sidetracked here.
What?
Ivory Tower, I praise you. I praise you. I'm kissing your feet and that kind of shit. It's so good. I can't.
Yeah, Cam has a
explain.
foot fetish.
Yeah.
Confirmed. But yeah, like I don't know. It's perfect. They've completely fixed every other issue I had with the game. The
Yeah.
grind has always really been a kind of element of the crew. So
I like it for that reason.
yeah, like I don't. It's a bit annoying when you say you want to make a video, but I understand why it's there. It promotes people who play the game daily, and that's fair enough. And it actually feels rewarding when you finally buy the RX-7, if you know what I mean, unlike games like Forza and whatnot.
Yeah.
So
Well-
I really do like that, and I've got to say they fixed everything. And oh my god, at night in New York when it's raining, that shit is gorgeous. Oh, I love it. Absolutely.
Yeah, it is.
One thing that I really like that they fixed it, because I mean it didn't work before at all, was the way that you get parts. You can now get them from PvP events also.
As well as like
And
it's-
colours and
Yeah.
all
Yeah.
types of shit.
And it's actually much easier to get level 50 parts. If you are in a good position in the PvP, you'll get like level 49 or 50 in terms of parts. And it's like, it works. Because you actually
It really
feel-
emphasizes the RPG part of the game because they
Yeah.
did say at the beginning it's going to be an MMORPG.
MMO car PG.
They said car PG.
Oh, whatever.
PUBG.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think the only real thing they can do now at this point to kind of keep the crew alive, they could maybe do another expansion in a year's time. But honestly, I just think free updates now are the only way forward for the crew.
At this point, I would see another game by next year. Not next year, maybe the end of next year or the year after. But the Crew 2 sounds like something that could
Really
be a
possible.
thing now at this point.
Yeah.
I don't want it to be next year. 'Cause if
Yeah,
you
it's not gonna be
if
next
you
year.
look at all the work that's been put into the Wild Run stuff just alone, and then think about a whole new game and a whole new big
So
map, because it's going to need to be Europe or some shit. It can't.
So you honestly think that the Wild Run expansion is going to make this game last another year?
Well, it has to.
It could.
Well, it
They
won't.
can't make another game in a year. That like.
This will not. This expansion. If it does, then obviously that's dedicated fans. But for everyone, I can't see that lasting a year.
But that just because if it doesn't last year doesn't necessarily mean they're going to release another game. Like, I mean, if they were.
You mistook what I said. I meant working on a game, like
Oh, okay.
or some sort like theories and I can just see a second game coming. Maybe not next year, but hopefully the year after. I would kind of hope for.
I
No.
want them to spend a long
Yes.
time on it. How long did the crew take to develop? Like 6
How-
Years.
Yes,
Years.
it's been in development since Underground 2.
Yeah, no. I don't
Yeah,
think
that's
it's been that long.
like no, that's what I.
No.
It's
that's-
not, then-
Don't trust CJ facts. These are CJ facts.
I think it's been since
It's
Undercover, not Underground.
Yeah, it was even before that. It was somewhere
No.
in between Underground 2.
No,
and-
CJ,
yeah.
you're dreaming. You're on weed right now. What the fuck? Do you know that
Fuck
if
off.
they actually started
off.
from
Fuck
if they
off.
started from Need for shut the fuck up. If they started from Need for Speed Underground 2, if they started from Need for Speed Underground 2, the 3D models will be absolute crap.
If you give me a source, CJ, on that, I'll be
Then
like,
again,
okay. But
then
you don't
again,
have a source, so
Speedway, Grand Theft Auto 4 started development on San Andreas' engine, then they ported it over during development. So they could have done that on several engines.
CJ, have you got a source?
For which one? The crew
Well,
being.
yeah, being made Underground 2.
Yeah, hold up.
Alright, so now as we wait on this, I'm going to say it started around Undercover. I'm going to agree with Niner on this one.
Yep.
But okay,
Yep.
so even then, so what's that, 7 years? No, it would have been 6 years?
6.
6
Yeah.
years? 6 years in development. No way could they release another one in one.
And they're not
2.
working on it. They haven't been working on it. How?
You know,
That's
the
not what
problem
I'm saying,
Cam.
though, but even then, it's another new game completely, as well as people working on the Wild Run expansion and how small the team is. Like, this team is freaking small.
Yeah, but now that they have like a, let's say, kind of like a base for another game, because they have the 3D models, they could
Yeah,
reuse
yeah.
textures, they could reuse, I know, models, 3D models from houses and everything, and they could do it like. In
I don't know.
2
Maybe
years.
maybe it's not practical that
It's not
they
practical.
put out a game next year or the year after, but I would say to keep the game at a healthy start, at a healthy, juicy fan point. I don't see how they can't up like give another game in the
I
next 2
would
years.
love it to be kind of GTA-esque, where they spend like 4 years making a game.
But is it gonna GTA lasts that long because of how much is in GTA? There is a lot in the crew, but
Not
And
GTA
you
is a
got-
bit
I
different.
don't think GTA 4 didn't last all the way up till GTA 5.
Yeah, but you have to take into consideration that GTA is developed it's developed by Rockstar, and
Yeah,
these
they're a
guys
huge team.
is-
Yeah.
yeah,
I'm
and
not
this is
comparing the
Ubisoft.
quality of game. I'm comparing the release schedule.
I know, but that's why this is Ubisoft. Ubisoft loves to make money. Like, I don't know what right now which one is worse. They were
To be
talking
fair,
about
I like
EA or
Ubisoft on every single one of the like other titles. They keep dropping the ball. I'm not sure if you guys feel the same.
Yeah,
But when
yeah.
what was it? Rainbow
Definitely.
Six.
Siege?
Siege.
No, was it Siege?
The one that just came out, yeah.
No, I'm talking about the one that's still yet to be released.
Oh,
Yeah, Siege. That-
no,
Division.
no.
Division.
The
Yeah, that one.
Division.
Division.
That's Tom.
When that was first announced, I was like, "Oh my god, it's sick!" And then now it's just kind of like, oh,
the problem is that
It's like-
Ubisoft is rushing the developers. So the problem, what I see that is going to happen to the crew is that they are gonna try to rush Ivory Tower, because if this game was successful, I don't know how the sales numbers were, but if this game was successful, just give it a few years or even 1 or 2 years till the other one is announced.
like even Assassin's Creed, that shit's been dropped off the board.
Assassin's Creed,
tremendously.
every 6 months you get new news about a new Assassin's Creed. To be fair, I think that it's never going to end. I think we're going to have Assassin's Creed Halo really soon.
I don't want Halo to live on anymore. It just needs to die. It should have died in 3. I don't know why
Yeah.
it's still going on. It's the same with like. I
Money.
don't know, this is another thing with developers. Do they not feel like okay just to drop a series and just leave it dead?
Fans
Nah, if
don't
it's making
allow that,
money.
man. If they know
No.
people
When
are gonna
Halo
buy that
died-
shit, though.
When Halo died, and like it just died for like a few years, and then they brought it back for some reason. I don't really know why.
Money.
And then like
Sonic the
you
Hedgehog's a
put
perfect
those things
example.
all still in new IP. Like,
To be fair, I was really pissed off by the fact that Ubisoft did this, because I know Assassin's Creed is a really, let's say, a really famous kind of title and everything, and they keep releasing one game every single year, and yet they decided to stop making this series that I love, that it was called the Prince of Persia games, to do that game, to make those games. And I was like, dude, I know it's a cool game, but it's time to stop right now. Assassin's Creed has had like how many titles? To be fair,
Yeah.
like
Publishers just look at money and how they can make it the best. They don't look at fans are going to be upset if we end
not
this.
necessarily. You could argue with
Publishers.
EA Need for Speed. I mean, okay, it was kind of money basic, but if they really wanted to push them, they could have easily
Yeah.
tried to get the game out in a year.
But EA has changed. I think that in this past
I
2
could
years.
agree, actually.
Yeah.
I think a
Ubisoft
lot of
just
like Dice and like the Battlefront series, I think that's slightly because they've got a season pass already.
Yeah, and then $50
But
DLC.
I don't know. I'm seeing slight changes, I think, with EA. And
Yeah.
then even, I don't know, with other companies, I feel like it's becoming a lot more like the older times in the PS2 era when everything's becoming a lot more complete almost. But,
Yeah.
but back to my original point, they need to realise that it's okay just to kill off series. Because, like, it seems like they're scared. Like, if they don't kill
No,
off
they're
the
not
series,
scared.
then
It's more business. If the game sells, they're gonna keep juicing it. Like, take a look at Call of Duty also. That game is never going to fucking end. I mean, I don't care if Black Ops 3
But
was
that's
really
an
good, because that game
exception.
was good.
That's an exception, though. Call of Duty is one of those series that's always going to go on. Just like Need for Speed. Just like, you know, whatever.
But in that way, to just say Assassin's Creed is always going to go like.
The thing is about Assassin's Creed for me is they all feel the same.
Yeah,
Like
it's
Yeah.
ours.
I'm not slandering it. I'm not saying it's not a bad game because I have played a few and I think they're okay. They're decent games, but they really get boring to me.
Yeah, to be
To sum
fair,
up
Assassin's
Assassin's
Creed died for
Creed-
me after Revelations. It's not the same.
To sum up Assassin's Creed, it's basically slash and kill people in this time period, slash and kill people in this time period, and on and on and on.
Yeah, that's
That's
exactly
basically it. That's
I
basically
mean, I guess
it.
you could argue, with racing games, all you do is driving, and that's it. In Call of Duty, all you do is shoot, and it's all the same. But with Assassin's Creed, it never changes. It's just
Yeah,
kind
the
of
problem
like.
with the difference with Assassin's Creed and the racing games is that racing games, for example, let's say they can always add stuff, whereas in just as CJ said, in Assassin's Creed, you have the game, the physics are the same, nothing changes. They only change the environment and say they're in a different time and period in history. That's all
Yeah.
they do.
I don't play Assassin's Creed, so I've got nothing to say. Yeah, should we go on to the next topic?
Yeah.
Yupper.
Alright, well, the next topic, let me get it up here. It's about gamers being impatient, and it kind of goes into the next thing. Do you feel like gamers aren't giving games enough time and, like, to play and get into it? So, for example, I'm going to use Halo as an example. So, with Halo, you kind of need to learn the skill gap. It's going to take a while for you to get good at that game before you start beating people. Same with, let's say, racing simulators. It's going to take a while before you get into it and start absolutely smashing people because of the skill gap. Do you think gamers nowadays are a lot more, like, casual compared
Yes,
to how they
like-
used to be?
Yeah.
Yeah.
To be
definitely.
fair,
So, and if so, why?
I know. Do you remember the time, like, for example, you had Criterion games and everything? They tried to make the games easy for every single person because I think that they knew that the gamers were just impatient in general. Like, you see people raging for stupid shit, to be fair.
Oh yeah.
And
Like
I know,
most,
if you have challenge, I think I enjoy the game a little bit more. It might get frustrating and everything, but I'm not, like, I'm from another era. Like, I'm just, gonna get away from here.
Most Wanted
Like,
2012 is a
Hipster.
perfect example of that. Like Most Wanted 2012 is probably can be summed up. Even though it's a really fun game, it's basically
Shit.
baby's first Need for Speed. It's baby's first Need for Speed. Like that's probably the easiest Need for Speed game out there. It's Most Wanted 2012.
that's true.
I mean, I think the reason why games have got so more casual nowadays, I don't know, I feel like gamers don't like to be pressed. For example, component parts. The amount of
Oh
people
my
that
God.
moan about component parts being hard
CJ.
a prime example of why gamers can't be bothered to learn that skill gap. Back in
I-
like Halo 2 or even COD 4. COD 4, the skill gap was closed, but it was still a lot bigger than it is now. Like, you kind of had to learn the game, you had to learn the maps, you had to learn the spawns. Need for Speed, you had to learn the breakpoints, you had to learn this. The Crew has a perfect example of a perfect skill gap. In PvP, if you don't know what you're doing and you're rusty, you're going to have a bad time, like me earlier on today. But if you're playing that shit constantly and you know the breakpoints and you know how the handling works, you're going to have a great time. And that, yeah, I think the Crew got it perfect on that end.
Yeah. To be fair, I don't know what people complain about component parts. Like, I mean, I'm not saying like, dude, I'm like fucking awesome, but it should stay like that. It's a race that it's hard. It says that it's hard, and it should stay like that. Just that's all. Like I did the first run, and I got a 152. It put me like first in the speed wall, but just I don't know. I didn't find it that bad.
Need for Speed's definitely a casual game. And
Yeah.
it's not like Underground 1 or Underground 2 or Most Wanted or, you know... I mean, Carbon, I feel, is more casual. I think that's when it started kind of getting a bit more casual, and then Pro Shoot was hardcore as fuck. But, you know, with Underground 2 and Underground 1 and Most Wanted, those three games more specifically, you could kind of hop on, and it was easy to get into, but hard to master.
Yeah.
It's not really like that with Need for Speed 2015. It's like, once you're in there, you kind of just...
No, because with the... You know that people are complaining all the time about the handling slider. I think that people wouldn't be complaining about the handling slider, about the handling itself, if they knew how to use it. And what makes me even a lot more mad is that I see people in Cutthroat complaining about the handling, and these fuckboys play Forza. They play a simulator, and you know.
Now, but let's not make this a Forza hate podcast.
Yeah.
Okay,
We've
Google.
done that so many times. Like, for me, what it is, I don't know. I do think gamers are impatient. Let's get that at the bottom of the line. I would like to see a bigger skill gap in games. Now, with more arcade games like Need for Speed and The Crew, it doesn't have to be huge, because it is like a casual game. Need for Speed has always been a casual game. But with Underground 1 and Underground 2, you could kind of... There's things like me and you know that not like many others who play hard, like play casual know. So, for example, like when you're going into corners, and if you kind of like brake, handbrake, it gets you a lot more angle, if you know what I mean. Or if you use the curbs to go over certain angles, it will really help because you won't lose as much speed and you'll keep traction. Do you know about that?
Which game?
Yeah.
In which game?
Underground 2 or Underground 1?
I don't know. I just used the brake only
Yeah,
underground.
but when you go, like when you're coming into a really tight angle, if you like kind of lip up on the curb, it makes your car bounce and it kind of puts you in a drift. Do
Yeah.
you know what I
Oh
mean?
yeah,
Like
yeah, but that's. I know why you say that games were not casual. That was pretty easy.
No, I'm not saying they're not casual, but I'm saying the skill gap from then is much bigger than what it was, if that makes sense.
I don't know if we are going to compare the skill gap. We should talk a little bit more about Hot Pursuit 2 and 1.
Whoever the fuck's eating food. Am I the only one that can hear that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Are you being serious?
Hot Pursuit 2.
I can hear someone
It's
eating
Jay.
food.
That's
It's
Jay,
Jay.
obviously.
Yeah.
Anyone without a webcam.
Okay, well, anyway.
I'm not eating.
I'm
Like,
not
no,
eating.
I mean, I'm not saying Need for Speed's always been a casual game, but the skill gap was bigger back then than it is now.
Yeah.
I mean, I do agree until Underground 1 because that shit was hard at some points, but Underground 2 was just easy. And then Most Wanted also. In my opinion.
I mean,
That's all.
I don't know. I think Most Wanted, the main things that hardcore people knew, which other people didn't, were that just learning the cooldown spots off by heart, and like little things.
Yeah.
Like, do you remember the stadium when you could go into the stadium and you wouldn't get caught in?
Oh yes.
like
Yeah.
that,
That was-
that people won't know unless you're kind of hardcore.
Yeah,
No,
that
that's-
was my hiding spot every time in Most Wanted was to knock down. Or there's two hiding spots for me. You go in the stadium, knock down both of the signs, sit in the back of the baseball field. Then there was another one where
Another
I told
one.
you about this cam. Yeah, there's another one. I told you about this cam when we were doing our race in Need for Speed Most Wanted, where at the where the shipyard is.
Mhm.
There's a little hideout next to the shipyard, and if you just hide there, the cops try and get in, but they just ram into the wall and they cannot get
I
in.
know the one you're on about. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know the one you're on about. There is a lot of things like that, a lot of like niche things which people don't really pick up. And even with the handling, I think there's a lot of niche things. But overall, our game is impatient. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
See,
So
But then
the next
again-
topic is physical or digital games. So I think it's fair enough to say digital games are like taking up a large majority of people's stuffs. Stuffs.
Okay, I can defend and I can also criticize digital gaming. It's very, very what's the word? Chicani. What is the word, Jay?
J. Con.
Convenient. Convenient. It's very convenient to have a digital copy of a game. Okay, I get it. Okay, you was mailed a game. Okay, I get it. It's very convenient to have a digital copy, but then it's personal to have a physical copy. It's something that you can show off. It's something that you can look at and add to your collection.
Yeah.
Plus,
But I ain't never losing my Need for Speed. I ain't never scratching it. I ain't never breaking it. Okay, with a disc, there's always a chance of breaking it. I feel like these new PlayStation and Xbox One discs, they don't scratch as much as they did before. Is that just me?
No, because the Blu-ray discs do have more durability than the normal DVD.
Okay,
That-
is
that
this
was-
what are we doing show and tell now? What is this?
Well, CJ's reading like an absolute pagan, but besides that, nothing else really.
um,
I'm gonna say I'm team physical, but I do buy digital games. Now I'm gonna explain my reasoning behind this. So digital games are easier. You can get it on day one at midnight with no issues whatsoever. Unlike physical copies where you'd have to go to the store and do that kind of stuff, or rely on it coming early, which never ever happens. It's never happened to me anyway.
Happened to me.
Hmm?
Happened to me.
Never happened to me at all. But so I mean, there's that side of things. Physical copies, I love to have a collection again, like just having an actual real life stack of games. Like I've got a whole stack over there, and I just love like looking back on it and seeing all those games that you played. That again is a really cool thing. Digital copies, I feel, are more convenient. If you're on PS4, DRM, which is a ball ache, when I want to go on Drive Club because my internet's down and I can't play Need for Speed, and I find out that all of the online games have DRM, pisses me off. But besides that, I mean, honestly, I think the only games that you buy that don't have DRM are on the Xbox One from the store. Otherwise, all online games have some type of DRM. Steam does. You can't be offline playing Steam games. You can't be offline playing PS4 games. I think Xbox is the only one which is not like that. If I'm wrong, please correct
in the
me.
case of Steam, you can play offline, but you have to sign in online before you can play offline.
Exactly. That's exactly.
So you can't
you
play
have to be
offline.
online.
Yeah,
Wait,
but
hold on. In PS4, you can play offline.
Not for games you buy in the store.
Oh, football game. Oh, I didn't know that.
Not for
No.
digital games. You can do it with physical, but not digital.
yeah.
So there's that side of things, which is a real bummer. I feel like I don't know. I don't support that. I feel that's really even with Need for Speed, whatever. I don't give a shit. That's a pretty thing. I mean, it's not like it's ever really gonna affect me, but I mean, it is 2015. You should have internet, but it's kind of down to the fact of what if PlayStation gets attacked by Lizard Squad again. Like it's
no.
bound to happen. So that's my only real issue with digital. I prefer physical games. And one thing I miss from physical games, as CJ was kind of hinting at earlier, is manuals.
Oh yeah.
And don't get it out, CJ. But
I'm just saying.
More specifically, having like maps and shit. This is something
No,
that
no.
we're talking about with like GTA games.
Speedway.
No, I got it.
Okay.
Look how thick this is. Like, this is good bathroom reading material right here. Like,
Oh,
I
no.
remember. Like, as a kid, I would just
I remember
go
I was taking
and read
shit.
this on the shit.
And
I was taking a shit and I was reading through the GTA manual.
Exactly.
No, like one thing I really miss is like, do you remember with Midnight Club? You'd get those fucking huge posters of like the map
Yeah.
and the
Yeah.
cars.
I never got one.
I really,
Would you say-
really miss that.
I mean,
I got one
Grand
GTA
Theft
5.
Auto did it, but that's
Yeah,
the last
GTA
game
5.
I ever got. Sorry.
We still
Right
have it.
there.
I think GTA was the last game where I got a poster
I
from.
haven't got mine. No.
Yes.
Oh, fuck.
I have that poster
Yes.
on my wall, but I have no webcam, so I can't show you.
I should buy
Look
one
at
of
this
that
shit,
YouTube money. Yeah, but is that which
Sorry,
one's that?
did-
Is that GTA 5? I bought
GTA
GTA 5 digital because I wanted it on day one.
Moist.
Plays.
I got the steel case.
I got
version.
most of my GTA maps on my door.
Oh no, I tell a lie. I got it digital because that was my only way of buying it without being 18. There you go. That was the real reason why. Otherwise, I would have quite gladly got it physical, but I couldn't really go into the store and order it, and I didn't have a card at the time. So, yeah. So, yeah. So,
Like, how old do you have to be to buy rated M games over there?
well, it's just 18. Unlike, you know, the US, which has to just make everything complicated, it just says 18.
Yeah, like what clearly states
their
what
age,
who should be
and then
playing
on,
it.
like 12. Or
Yeah,
some
not
shit.
M or what is it? P? Is it
I'm
P?
M years old! Woo!
This is so fucking complicated.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's 17 here. So
No, it's not 17. Wait, no,
Right
is
now-
it?
yeah, for M games it's 17, but for rated A games it's 18.
But is there any A rating games?
Yeah, Hatred. You know,
Yeah,
Hatred
there are,
came
but
out
I
a few
think
years
the
ago.
only
They aren't
Xbox
sold in store.
No.
They-
But rated M games are 17.
That's so lucky. I can't go into the store and go buy GTA right now.
If I get on Steam, I can just go and get freaking Hatred's 18 plus game, but freaking
You said GTA 5 was a good game, but
Yeah.
GTA Online disappointed me, and I did want more. From the
Aye,
story,
all right.
I've
Next
gotta
subject.
say.
Next topic.
this is mods for. That's what mods are for.
No, but even mods, the mods like, it's just installing it, which is a bit long. If you know what I mean.
Yeah, but
That's just me anyway.
Maybe
Anyway, let's go
instead-
on to the next topic.
Cock.
I think we should.
So the next topic is, will multi-platform games become popular like ever? So we all know that multi-platform games have kind of happened. I think Rocket League wasn't it?
Yeah, with PS4 and PC.
Yep.
And that's about it really. I can't think of any other. Is there any?
There was a
What do
few
you
for the
mean by
Xbox 360
multi-platform
when Xbox Live for Windows was out.
What do you mean? Do you mean on PC and
Yes.
Xbox and PlayStation?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Well,
Minecraft.
not all three of them, but two.
Minecraft.
Minecraft.
But you can't play people.
I need that.
No, with Minecraft.
Oh,
with
do you
Minecraft,
mean?
can't
Oh,
play people
okay.
From PC and PS4.
Okay, I
With
get
Rocket
it now.
League, if you were on Steam, there's a chance that you'd run into someone who has a PS4, but there
Oh,
wasn't like
that's
an invite
amazing.
system.
Yeah.
There wasn't, like, an
Really?
invite system.
You-
So do you ever think it's ever going to become a thing? I'm going to say
I don't
straight
think
up, I don't think it will.
No,
It
But
can't.
because
It won't.
no.
There was this one first-person shooter that was available on PC and Xbox 360, and it was like multi-platform. But the PC players would always have an advantage because keyboard and mouse, when it comes to first-person shooters, are a lot more accurate
They are.
than controllers. So the PC people just ended up dominating Xbox 360 people, and everyone stopped playing it.
I don't
So-
think it's like I don't think it's like you say if you've got a keyboard and mouse you're automatically good. No, the skill like to learn the keyboard and mouse that shit takes skill. And sorry, but no, if you had a controller and you face someone who's just come on PC, you're beating that guy straight up because a controller is a lot more easy to use. I don't think it's like straight up if I have a keyboard and mouse I'm going to dominate you.
Yeah, for PC people who have been playing PC for a while, obviously
But
they
people who
dominate.
play games aren't always only PC for the rest of their life. Like it's mixed.
You haven't met the people on PC Master Race, sadly.
And
I was
is that every
PC
single person who plays PC games?
I was PC Master Race back in the day, and now I got a PS4, and
I prefer
I don't
console
know.
gaming, but I've mentioned this many.
I'll
many
tell you.
times.
Back onto the topic. I'll tell you why. Well, I can tell you why Xbox and PlayStation will never mix because
Yeah, obviously that's never gonna happen. But like,
You know,
PS4
they-
and
they-
PC,
you know.
like that kind of stuff.
That's
I
for a
think,
business.
I think PS4 and PC there will always be rare occasions like Rocket League, for example.
Yeah.
But I don't ever think it's like Call of Duty ain't gonna come out and say, "Oh, we've got this and this," because they want people to buy the separate game to play with their separate
Yeah.
friends.
this is what I'm not really understanding. Why I would expect Xbox and PC to be a bit more common.
Yeah, yeah, I know what you mean. Especially like Rocket League's only PS4 and PC. It doesn't really make an awful lot of sense. But
Yeah.
then you'd expect Microsoft to kind of like clamp down on that shit. But then it's Microsoft, so who knows what they're doing? To be honest,
Jacking off.
they're just giving Xbox Ones away for free with the car bundle. But that's really about it. I hope one day that multi-platform games from PC and like the consoles become more popular. I think it's gonna get to the point like, and this is way into the future. We're talking like ages, like maybe hundreds of years. But I think it will get to the point where people are just playing on one console and one console only.
Yeah.
Eventually.
I know.
Hundreds of years,
Well,
Cam.
one question: wasn't there going to be like a Steam kind of console?
There is.
Steambox, there is.
There is?
There's
Yeah,
several-
Steambox.
It's just a PC. It's a pre-built PC. That's all it is, and you can do better with your own money. So.
Yeah.
I wouldn't ever advise that getting one. If you were thinking about buying a Steam box, just make yourself a PC. It's a lot cheaper, and you'll learn some.
How much is a Steam box? Do you know?
It ranges. There are different types of.
It depends
Steam
on what
box.
specs you get, really.
Oh,
I
okay.
think you can. It starts off from what, like 300 and goes up to like a couple.
So
What
what
the
they
fuck?
are? So basically, they're gaming PCs.
Yeah, pre-built
Oh.
ones that don't even run Windows. They run Linux-based operating system, which
Oh
is
my
Steam
God,
OS. So
Yeah.
No.
And then you can just basically only play Steam
Yeah.
games on there.
might as well just get a PC. Like
And
build
that
a PC.
restricts you doing so much. You can't play Origin games, so you can't play Need for Speed. If you get a
Uh.
Steam box, you can't play The Crew because that's you play. Or is
You
The Crew on
can.
Steam?
It's on Steam. It's on Steam.
It's
Yeah.
on Steam, so my bad. I bought it on Uplay. 'cause
But
it's
you
cheaper.
need UPlay, so I wonder if it would restrict you being able to get UPlay. No.
Who knows? But okay, we should just go on to the next topic because we dragged it on for way too long. The next one is about the gaming industry getting stale. Do you think people in the gaming industry are running out of ideas?
Probably.
Yeah.
I don't know how.
More than
That
likely.
makes no sense. How do you run out of ideas with basically something you can imagine? It makes no sense. Like, are
Well,
these
just-
people brain dead? Like, do you know how much shit I have in my brain, but I'm poor and I
know,
can't do
Dave.
it because
I
I'm
know.
broke?
Oh, yeah.
Christ, you get fucking woo.
Oh.
But just looking at compare the gaming industry to the Hollywood industry. The movies right now are a piece of shit. They're running out of ideas. Also, they keep rebooting like movies
Zombie
and shit.
films. Oh my
Yeah.
lord, so many. It's same with like I don't know. there
It's the
was-
same with games.
Same
So
with
many
games.
zombie games. So
many-
many zombie.
futuristic FPSs. Too many.
Too many.
Too many. I
Hmm.
feel like it's like there's always ideas out there, of course, but they keep reverting to the same ideals. Like remember in the PS2 era, there was so much variety on what you could pick. So if you went
Yeah.
into like if you looked at the top 10 games in the PS2 era, there would have been you'd had Need for Speed.
They
in
were
there,
all
and
different.
then you would have had like FIFA or some shit, and then you would have had like GTA, and then you would have had like I don't know, like Manhunt.
Manhunt was really good. Manhunt was really good. I really
Hey, man.
miss that game.
You've had all those games, and now if you go and look at the top 10, you got like what, COD,
The Call of
Advanced
Duty,
Warfare, version
But
2.
I
Battlefield.
feel like games like that are like cartoony games. Like, give you a few examples. One of my favorite was Rayman. I love that game.
I never played.
They
Rayman,
don't. There's not really any games like that.
Daxter.
anymore.
Did you guys ever play Daxter?
Yeah.
Daxter was a
Or
very good
fucking
game.
going even further back. I don't know. I only played Spyro on the PS1, but games like Spyro and like Crash Bandicoot, and they don't seem to be any fun kind of laid back games anymore. They seem to all kind of be a bit hardcore. If that makes
Yeah.
any sense.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
Twisted Metal also, like that game, I don't think it's gonna come back, and it was kind of original. Where do you see like a game where you can just?
Twisted Metal. That is not an original game.
It is an
Have you
original.
ever heard
game.
of Full Auto?
It's like Death Race.
it was when
It's
it
like-
came out, though. You got to keep that in mind.
Was when
It came out, and it was the first one. It was the first of its kind when it came out.
Oh,
It
okay.
came out like a long time ago. I'm not talking about the PS3 one. I'm talking about the one in PS.
PS1, wasn't it?
Oh,
Yep.
Yeah, PS1.
Oh,
that was
okay, my bad.
a long time ago. I'm not gonna lie. I think if the community were given so much money, and like YouTubers were asked to build a game, that game would be sick. If we were just giving the ideas and we were giving it to someone who could actually make it work, and I'm not talking about just us. I'm talking about like everyone. Everyone. Like imagine the racing game more specifically, because obviously we're kind of all racing game guys. But even then, I could make a sick open world game. Imagine like a Drivecast. CJ was talking about this before. Imagine a Drivecast game.
Oh god.
Imagine
Oh,
like an
autism.
open world racing shooter,
Autism.
autistic game. It would be so like you got a meme launcher as like one of the Easter eggs, and like every time you shout it, it goes like
Don't see
autism. you shoot it out, and like
Oh,
it comes up with a
God.
dog, and the dog's a
Am
nuke,
I-
and it just,
Am I the only one that has really cool ideas for a game I want to create? Because I really have ideas.
I have ideas for everything. I'm not gonna lie. Like sometimes you think, what if I had this on my headphones, or like, what if I did this to my keyboard? But bitch, I don't know how to do that shit. Like, I'm not gonna go out my way to put like a dildo ring on my keyboard.
Excuse me.
Just saying. I'm just saying.
I was talking about games, not about dildos.
I'm talking about
Okay.
life.
Oh.
Like,
Hot.
no,
Okay.
everyone has wacky ideas. Everyone has wacky good ideas. Like, one thing was, I remember my friends, like, a few years ago, they were talking about curved TVs before it was an actual thing. If they patented that shit, they'd be millionaires now. Just think about that. No, that shit's
Yeah.
mad. What were we even talking about? The gaming industry getting stale. So, overall, is it stale? Yes or no?
Probably.
Yes.
No, CJC, that's where you don't understand. It says yes or no, not.
No, the
probably
problem is that
isn't an option.
he says probably to expand
yeah.
his idea.
Stale isn't. I wouldn't say it's stale. I'd say it's a bit dry. I wouldn't say
It's dry on these next gen streets. You hear me?
it's dry. I need some cream on it, but I don't think it's like totally stale dead. I think that some things need bringing back, and some things need tweaking. Some things need deceasing. Halo, Destiny.
Advanced Warfare version 2.
Yeah.
I like Black Ops 3, but that shit needs to die. Like they need to go back to COD 4 on the next.
Yeah, they really do.
Oh, yes.
I'm not saying Black
Go
Ops
back to
isn't.
the-
Oh.
Black Ops is a massive improvement from the last couple of CODs we've had, but this futuristic shit needs to stop
They
now.
need to do a Need for Speed
don't like
reboot and just make something called Call of Duty, where it's just
Yeah.
COD 4 back from the start. Maybe Modern Warfare 2 just fixed.
Yes.
Modern Warfare 2 is sick.
Yeah.
It was
To be
amazing.
fair, I'm not the only one that doesn't really like the futuristic shit in Call of Duty, because I enjoyed Black Ops 1. I enjoyed Black Ops 4. I mean Black Ops 2.
Black Ops 4.
He be from the future and shit, nigga.
I wanted to say Call of Duty 4 because I like that game, and then I like Modern Warfare 2. But I don't like this new kind of
You know
jump
what?
around.
I mean, in the exact same, but I loved everything up to Black Ops 2. And then you can, like, jump and, like, like, score! No. Leave that to Halo. Even Halo, like, Halo, you could never use jetpacks. You could never, like, strafe like a fucking demon. Before, basically, you jumped quite high, and you could go on blaster things which jumped you across the map, like pads, and that was it. Now you can use jetpacks, you can like get your magic fist and explode it into the floor, and I'm like, what? No, just die. Just die. We don't need you anymore. And like even with Need for Speed, like it was the same for a very long time. And Forza Cough, you know, they just need to mix it up.
Force a cough.
I know.
I
Let's
take that
make
back, actually.
puddles.
I don't think Forza is
Let's not talk
They
about
just
Forza.
don't listen. That's the only thing with Forza.
Yeah.
They're
listen to
always
their
adding
team.
stuff, but they just don't listen.
They're so capable as well, which is really annoying. But you know, hey. What-
Again, let's not talk about Forza, because when we talk about Forza, that shit never.
That
That goes on for like
fanboy's
half an hour. Death to all. Anyway, should we go on to the next topic, or does anyone have to say anything about?
We are just
the Game
slaying
Capture?
these freaking topics.
Yeah, we're not even going to get to 2 hours.
Richard, you didn't say anything about this topic.
Richard is so silent.
Doesn't fucking shit.
Well, if you guys actually help me expand the topics, maybe I wouldn't be going through all of these. We're not even going to get to 2 hours. We aren't going to get to 2 hours. We're going to get to like an hour and a half, or maybe not even that. We're only at 40 minutes now. We're going to get to an hour, and we're going to be like, well, we've run out of topics. Bye, guys. That's going to be it. Niner, speak. Jump spoke all day.
Hi.
No! Speak about the topic.
Okay, so the next topic
No!
is
No! Shut up! Speak about the topic.
Which one? Which one?
Are you actually being serious? You just pulled a CJ.
Niner is the new CJ. I'm
Niner's
sorry.
sick. Niner's not well today, as
Do
you
I
can
care?
probably tell. Oh god.
Ow!
Oh god. Not in public,
Son!
guys.
Speak about the topic!
Ow!
Yeah.
Okay, you
I'm
done with the
gonna speak
autism?
about-
Autism done? Good.
The autism's over. No! Correction! The autism never dies!
Ow!
Yeah, and then CJ just tries.
Yeah, CJ, you just.
CJ
you
looks like
just
he's about to
killed it.
fall out of his chair. And then
Oh
he
my
tries-
god.
And then,
Please remove him. Please remove him. He doesn't deserve to be here.
hold it, I'm gonna wait for him to say something first. Go on, then, what, CJ?
Yeah.
Sorry, I had to. Sorry, I had to. Anyway, should we go on to the next topic again? Should we make this one last?
Okay.
We're gonna
This
make
could
this one
get
last
pretty-
like Jay does in bed. Let's go. So
This could get pretty argumentative between us actually.
What is?
I can feel it. I can feel it
About
already.
You in bed?
Huh?
About you? I'm confused. What are you talking about anymore?
No. Me in bed? What? No, I'm talking about the topic. The next topic.
Babe, you lead it. I mean, you're gonna be leading this podcast.
Speedway
anyway.
sleeping on the podcast. Kick him from the call.
No,
Hey,
I like
I woke
Speedway.
up.
I like Speedway. No,
Okay, so the next
let's
topic
let
is...
Jay lead this one
Okay,
because
s-
he's gonna steal our subs, then he's gonna steal our podcast, and then he's gonna steal my livelihood. So go.
Nah, nigga.
Yes.
I wouldn't
Okay,
be surprised
so-
if the next podcast is just.
See,
Nigga,
No,
shut
man.
the fuck... Shut up. I'm talking, nigga. So the next topic is basically track races or arcade races. So what do you feel like is your fave? Like, do you like the vroom on Need for Speed, or do you like the on
I know,
Forza?
we're not separating them if simulation or arcade. We're talking like Underground 1 track style games or Underground 2 like open world.
Oh, okay. Sorry, let me rephrase what I just said.
He'd be like doing the topic. He'd be like, don't worry, I got this. And then he'd do the wrong for example. And he'd be like, so we
Okay.
talking about the. We talking about the.
Let me finish, Sway.
No, I'm gonna let you finish. I'm gonna let you finish. Just hold up. Ain't no hold up, Sway. No, you go.
So, stuck on a track or open world. This is a topic.
I like both.
I like.
Swerve. No, I like both.
I prefer open world.
I prefer open world.
Yeah, for open world. But there are some great track-based racing games like Hot Pursuit 2.
Nope.
So-
I would
Um,
mind another Underground 1 style of game
Like
where it's like
Pursuit.
illegal street. I wouldn't mind another game where it's like Underground 1 where it was illegal street racing, but it was a track racer. I wouldn't mind that, but I prefer open world.
Carbon was basically in its career mode.
No, shut the fuck up.
Why don't you listen to me?
Shut
Why don't you appreciate what I gotta say? It was because you basically jumped from race
Jesus
to
Christ! Just picked a chair up.
This could be a FIFA YouTuber. Just throw his chair.
He could be a fucking WWE wrestler at this rate. Look at him. I mean, he's Mexican.
Cena!
He's Mexican to start off with, so he definitely could be like a neutral libre. Anyway, with that being said, I think. What was I even saying? What was I about to say?
I don't
You
know
are not
bullshit about
speaking
carbon.
Oh, Carbon. So with Carbon, thanks for reminding me. You basically went from race to race, and it wasn't really open world. Like you didn't really run into the cops an awful
But
lot.
that's your choice, though.
It was, but with open worlds, they're made to explore, and there's like collectibles and shit, and there's things to find. Like Underground 2, you had the
But we all know that
shops you need to
Carbon was kind
find.
of an unfinished game, though.
Yeah, but still, that doesn't take away from the fact of what I'm saying is any more devalued.
It is because you're trying to say that you can't class Carbon as an open world racer.
No, that's not what I said. I said in the career mode, it was more suited to track based.
Then
Like
that's what you go for. Then it might not be a very good thing, but
unlike Most Wanted, where it really utilized the world like really well in the.
we all know that
chases.
Most Wanted is basically a better version of Carbon, even though it was made before.
Yeah.
That is actually kind of true. Carbon tried to smash everything that Underground and Most Wanted did good.
And fucked up.
So much potential.
Even though Carbon's one of my favorites, you know, that's just
like
me.
have you seen the beta versions of? I know for a fact Speedway and Niner have.
Oh,
I
I
see.
see.
Yeah,
Oh.
I think you showed me once.
When
Jeez.
they show the menus and they were planning to have a bounty in there. They planned to have
Yes.
I think a bigger story as well as more crews as well as all this other type of stuff. They were gonna make that game so big, and then EA with the hammer.
If that game was made today, where you could actually update the game over time, I guarantee it would have been something.
Oh
No.
my lord!
I
Imagine
just give
any
it like a
black box
part of
game updated over time. That shit would be unreal. I still praise Black Box as one of the best developers to ever live.
Yeah.
Ever. I have respect for, Rockstar and like Ghost. And to be honest, I'd say those two developers more specifically are definitely up there in like the ones I kind of hold as the golden standard. But I've got to say, Black Box are the almighty gods of life. Like they did everything right. I think we should make a new topic, Black Box appreciation, chat. To be honest,
Alright.
because I
Yes.
could talk about this for days. Should we go back straight to the start when they started with Hop Shoot 2?
Yeah, that's a great game.
CJ,
No, let's start from Underground.
I'm gonna regret this, but you can have the lead on the Hop Shoot 2 side of things. Go, please.
Oh
don't-
my God.
Please don't make me regret this.
I mean-
please don't make me regret this. And don't
So,
go on for
like-
20 minutes talking about Hop Shoot 2 is a great game. Just
Yeah, then he's gonna talk about how his parents went to Costco when he was home by himself and he just jerked off to Hot Pursuit 2.
just talk about how and why Black Box got the lead on that game. Go.
I mean, Black Box, this was their first attempt at a Need for Speed game, obviously. And they only worked on the PS2 version, but still, you can easily tell that the PlayStation 2 version was just so radically different from the Xbox, GameCube,
Now, I've
and all
gotta
the other
say,
versions.
and this, I'm not the only one that thinks this. This is back when IGN weren't corrupt and GameSpot weren't corrupt. Well, GameSpot are actually alright, but that's besides the point. I think all the critics preferred the PS2 version of the game, and that's actually where they
Definitely.
got the lead on the on Underground 1.
Exactly, that's why, because Hot Pursuit 2's version had more tracks, more cars, and just overall a better gameplay experience. I mean,
The physics
the
were a lot
the physics,
better.
yeah, exactly.
The
The
cops
physics
were a lot better. It was more extreme, like the bombs. In the middle of the road. That shit
boom,
was
boom,
sick.
boom, rockets, throwing rockets at you, missiles at you. Beep, beep, beep,
Did you
beep,
guys
beep,
ever
boom.
play the PS2 version of Shoot?
I did. It just shows the dedication that Black Box had when making games, to be fair.
I've
Richard,
never
you're
played
missing-
it.
Richard, you are missing out.
Jay, honestly, I was in the same boat as you. I'd never played it, but I bought a PS2 for that shit. Like, and I don't regret it. Like 20 quid, 30 quid to play the game. Unreal. It's so much better than the original version of Shoot. And I loved the original PC version of Shoot to begin with.
The soundtrack.
And the PS2
wow.
version was yeah, but the soundtrack was the same. You fucking pleb.
Yeah, I know that, but just the gameplay, the physics, everything on the PS2 version was just better. I mean, like just the beep beep. This is
Okay,
all.
so
I
you
can
definitely
sum it up
made
to.
me regret
The
that decision. So
Boom,
you
boom,
made me
missiles
regret that
fire.
decision.
Boom,
No,
boom, boom,
stop,
boom, boom,
CJ.
That's basically Hot Pursuit 2 in a nutshell.
Sorry, I had to. Okay. So, now Underground 1. Now Speedway, I'm saying you get the lead on Underground 1 because I know you really like that game.
Okay, so the reason of why I like Underground 1 and why I still do prefer it compared to Underground 2, it's just a progression system, how everything worked. I know it was a track-based game, but it just brought so much innovation and I just loved everything. The difficulty, sometimes even the traffic, I mean, that game got me really mad with the traffic in some points. We had to,
Sometimes when you're playing through the game and you put maximum traffic on, that shit got intense. Like,
oh my
do you remember
god!
the China jumps? And
Yeah.
you couldn't
could
see
never-
what was coming.
Oh.
So you literally had to guess a lane, and
Yes.
there was like a 50-50 chance that you might get hit on max
It was
traffic.
so intense.
It was
It was so intense. Even do you remember the jump that you had to go to the
Yes.
Wisconsin
Yeah,
bridge?
yeah, yeah.
I want that to
Yeah,
be
the drawbridge.
back. Yeah, I want that to come back in other Need for Speed games. There was
Imagine Need
just
for Speed 2015 because it's open world and shit. Imagine if like you did a certain action and the bridge went up.
yeah. Oh my
Oh,
god.
like a full on Fast and Furious, like ding 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 ding. You're like, suck on this, bitch, and then like the NOS comes in. Like, that'd be so sick.
That's just
Yeah.
one of the things that made that game for me. In my opinion, Need for Speed 2015, they made everything like it's a cool game, but as you said, I think in the anonymous review, it just feels too friendly, and that's even the jumps make it a little bit more like, dude, I feel like an outlaw. I feel like, dude, I'm a street racer.
I think honestly
and
the jumps
like
are
the
one
way-
thing that have been really improved in this game. Like with
Yeah.
Rivals, it was a bit too, but it's kind of
But
they
Rivals
reverted
was
back
super
to the old.
used.
Yeah.
It was super used.
Yeah. Underground 1, another thing with Underground 1 is when you went into traffic, if you crashed, it was game over. Especially when you're
Yeah.
playing on hard. If you crashed, unless you were in like the first lap, you were going to really struggle to get it back. And that is something, again, which kind of brings me back. If you play it for a longer time, you're kind of going to know how to hit the traffic so you don't get slowed down as much.
Yeah.
Like,
and
little
one
things.
other
That's
thing.
what I miss from games though. Like I want to be penalized for my mistakes.
And this comes
And-
back
and
to gamers
next-
being impatient, though.
Yeah.
You don't want to
But
learn that type of stuff.
That game was really tactical. Like you had nitrous, but you had
It
to
didn't
save
regen.
it.
Yeah, it didn't regen.
Yeah, it didn't regen, so you had to save it for the time in which you know you're going to crash, or if you did crash, and if not, just use it in the end. Like it was really tactical. You just had to calculate everything.
Am
And
I
I
the
know-
only one that prefers that? Like
I
having
prefer
NOS
that.
that doesn't regen?
I prefer that totally.
Like,
I like it because again, it's like it has a layer of difficulty.
I prefer it when NOS doesn't regen because it's
And
valued
it makes sense.
more. It's
It makes
valued
sense.
more. Like, you can't just go ahead and use it all at the start and then do a few drifts and it come back. And that's one thing I think Underground 1 and Underground 2 differed completely from, is the fact in Underground 2 you could literally just go in the oncoming and just build up your like 2 times NOS and use it all at once.
Yeah.
I didn't really like that too much in Underground 1. If you'd used all your NOS and you'd crashed, there's no way you're coming back. There's no way you're coming
Nope.
back at all. And or if you were to crash, remember on the bridge, if you crashed and you were just on the edge,
Oh.
and if you tipped over the edge and went into the gap, you'd respawn, and you'd respawn
Yeah.
right at the front of the bridge, and you couldn't do that jump.
No, you had to go back. You had to-
or
yeah.
it might as well restart at that point because you're basically done for.
Yeah.
Little
I
things
just
like
hate that. I just don't like the games to be that forgiving as they are now. They forgive you for a lot of stuff, and that's one thing that I think that's
That's
going
why
back
I
to
like
the.
component parts though. I don't want them to.
That's
patch
why I like it, because
I
I
don't
mean,
want them to
like,
patch it.
What the main reason of why gamers are impatient right now is because there is not an enough level of difficulty and games are too forgiving. That's in my opinion, at
I
least.
agree.
Like back in the
I
day.
actually could agree completely, and it's sad because I kind of really want to see games with that kind of that penalise you for doing shit wrong. I think Drive Club got that really well.
Yes,
Because on Drive
yes.
Club, if you crash, if you even tap the wall, you're losing a
Yeah.
place. You're straight up losing a place, and like component parts is a prime example. If you don't get everything inch perfect, gone.
Component parts is the race that really does remind me to Underground 1's type of races. Like
Yeah.
the catch up is unreal, and that was in Underground 1, and it's just a more intense type of race. I know I liked it.
How many times did it take you to complete?
One,
Only
For
one.
and I was in first in Speedwall. Yeah.
But did you upgrade your car completely at that point?
Nope. I have an 870 horsepower Huracan. Yeah.
Oh shit, that's odd because it took me quite a few times. I was right
It took me twice with my 600 horsepower BRZ.
Took me like 10 times, and then I.
Yeah, because you're
used,
fucking trash.
you're
Kill
bad.
yourself.
Oh my
it's
God.
too bad.
Hey, unpopular opinion here, but I feel it's actually quite broken.
No, I'll just do it for him. Yeah.
Again.
He just needed to. Honestly, if they do patch component parts and they're like, CJ's not even back yet. Oh yeah.
I'm gonna be really sad, to be fair.
If they patch it and it's still really hard, I won't mind. But if they patch it and they make it so Amy doesn't like rocket in front, and instead everyone's kind of even, but it's still really hard, I won't mind. But I have a feeling they're gonna make it super easy.
I don't want it. Like, to be fair, like Need for Speed is not that difficult, anyways. To be fair, and component parts is the only race that you can say like, wow.
I think
It's,
the only game which really kind of pushes esports in racing games is The Crew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like, I'm not a big fan of esports. Like, I don't like people. Oh, he's going for the trouble. He's opting his shoulder. Blah, 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 blah. No, I don't like it. It's not my thing. But if you kind of make a game that is kind of directed to esports, like, do you remember Route 109?
Yep.
That was basically esports for the racing games. And what I liked about that was it kind of had that competitiveness, and you would be penalised if you did shit wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's why I kind of support esports, especially in racing games more specifically. I think Midnight Club would have a great place for esports, to be honest.
Yeah.
only
Like
one
the traffic was also insane in that game, and it was really difficult. So.
It was especially towards the later part of the races. I can't remember. Was the last race in Midnight Club hard or not? I can't remember.
In which one? Because I played
LA,
Midnight Club 3.
sorry.
I didn't play LA.
I never got to that part.
You never played the end. You never saw the last
Nope.
cutscene.
I only got as far as the Lamborghini Gallardo, and that's it.
Oh my god.
Gallardo.
No, I know for a fact you finished it, but you basically having a stroke
I
right now. So.
don't remember.
I
No.
never got really far because I'd always get stuck.
What about our intern?
Oh, I finished the game, but
So
I
was it
can't
hard at the
remember.
end?
Can't remember it.
Oh, why can't we remember? Does anyone remember the last cutscene?
Nah.
Oh.
I've watched it, if that counts.
I remember doing the last race in the bike. On a bike.
We need to watch this after the podcast because it's sick.
Okay.
But like, I'm actually really surprised no one can remember. I can't remember. I can't lie. I think it was hard because it was Midnight Club and everything was very hard. Like, do you remember when you went into the pay den things, like the wager things,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
you could pick between like very easy, medium, hard, very hard, and extreme or something like that.
Yeah.
If you went very hard, good luck to having like I remember doing pink slips in cars on hard and not being able to do it. Like
Then
straight up.
again, yeah, who would actually do that? You'd reset your console before you lose your car. I think everyone did that.
I didn't.
Oh,
Wow.
you know what was sick is when you're doing the pink slips, how like you come up to like the next to a parking garage, and you go into the pink slip event, and like you're on top of the parking garage.
Oh yeah. That was for the one near the pier.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, I
yeah,
remember
yeah.
that.
That was the first one with
Was that
that
the
guy.
RX-8 one or like?
Yeah, that was the one.
Yeah.
Focus RX-8 Focus something like that.
No, it was the RX-8 because
It's
the
RX-8.
Yeah.
guy who did it had that weird Ben Franklin shirt on. And he was really
Was it a
fat.
blue RX-8?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was. I can't believe I remember that. I legit can't believe I remember that. The blue RX-8 on top
Yeah.
of the next
it's
to.
probably because we're coming all over it like last weekend.
But
We're
even
just
then-
having a nostalgia trip.
Even then, like that was a long time ago. But what was the topic anyway? I forgot what the topic was. Okay, open world races versus track races. I think everyone said open world. I struggle to answer this question, to be honest.
I like both.
I like
You're
both.
telling me you would rather stuck to the track race over an open world racer?
I like both for different reasons.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
what would
I
you
feel the same.
prefer?
I don't know. I feel like I'm leaning more towards open world just because I play more of them.
It's
I
better.
feel like cops. If you can't have cops in a track racer, because it would only make sense like after the race, you still have to be chased by the cops.
Hot Pursuit 2.
That's
is
true.
shit.
That's true. It worked well in Hot Pursuit too,
Yeah.
and all the other older Need for
Well, I'm
Speed.
talking about like a modern day Need for Speed. Like usually, if you do an illegal street race, you fucking you cross the line, and then you
Hot
continue
Pursuit 2010.
you continue to be chased by cops. And again, that's a track race, so that's not an open world
That
game,
game
CJ.
didn't work.
So
Hot Pursuit 2010.
It didn't
Like,
work.
What
track
he means
racing,
by that. So
fuck it.
I will explain his autism. I think what he means by that is that it worked well in Hot Pursuit 2010.
Yeah.
How so? If 2010 was like basically a track racer, the open world wasn't.
Yeah,
Was
it is a
In a
track
track
racer.
racer with the cops, it works well. And I
Yeah.
agree. I think the
I
cops
feel like it
work
works
well.
better in an open world environment.
I think
know-
today, if
Yes,
they
if-
made a track racer game, it would flop and be
The
shit.
only issue with Need for Speed and the cops is they aren't hard in 2015. So even
Yeah.
if you are to do it afterwards, all you have to do is go around one corner and you'll lose
They're
it.
too.
Yeah.
They're too easy.
Even at like Heat level 5, you still have to wait up for them, and I don't like that at all.
I
Very
wouldn't
occasionally.
mind. I wouldn't mind if the Crown Vics would go like 200 miles an hour.
I don't
chasing
care.
after
Put the
you.
rubber
I
banding
wouldn't
on
care.
fleek. I don't mind. Like,
Yeah,
you
for
can-
that.
get that rubber banding like fucking like.
Get that elastic freaking energy on the car.
I mean, if you guys, I don't know if you used trainers before for Need for Speed Most Wanted, or if you play with the cops, the cop cars, those shit could go to like up to 400 kilometers per hour or miles per hour. Right?
That shit was sick. Do you remember like
It was-
mods where you could like make it so every single roadblock is a spike strip? Did you ever have that?
for Most
Oh,
Wanted.
yeah.
Yeah, that
yeah.
shit was sick. Like going.
It was extreme as fuck.
It was
yeah.
so hard. It was so intense. Like I don't give a shit, guys at Ghost. If you're watching this, and there definitely aren't, but like I want you to get that rubber banding meter on the cops and turn it from here all the way up to here. Like
Yeah.
I want the cops to be on crack, some next level like acid.
Yeah, put them on speed.
Yeah, put them on
That's the
speed.
best.
That's like literally what I want the cops to be like. I want them to want to kill me. It's that at the moment it seems like
Need for Speed Rivals.
honestly
No.
for Heat
Yeah,
level
nah,
5,
that's
No,
for Heat
thank
that's
level
you.
a bit too far.
For Heat
I
level
mean,
5, you want I
yeah,
would
Heat
want it
level
to be
5.
like Rivals at Heat level 5.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Rivals.
Anyone?
In Heat level
I
5, yeah,
guess.
but in Heat level 1, there should be difficulty levels.
I want them to be aggressive like rivals on Heat Level 5, but of course not. No, Pursuit Tech. No, thank you.
Oh no, Pursuit. Yeah, but
Without
obviously because that's not in the
Without-
game.
Take that shit out of here.
Like, did you guys know about Carbon? There was a rumor, and I'm not sure if this is true, but for Carbon there was apparently supposed to be EMP guns.
Yep.
In the
But
cutscenes
not
there
in-
were, but that's
It was supposed to
Only-
be in the real game as well. That's
Yeah,
supposed
but I
to be,
think
like,
only
don't know how it was
helicopters
gonna
are going to have it.
What was?
The helicopters.
The helicopters,
could-
yeah. There was, but like
they
they were going to
could-
chase you and they were going to hit you with EMPs, similar to how the rockets worked in Hop Shoot 2. I think it was like that.
yeah.
Yeah, I think
It was only a
yeah.
rumor, so I mean it could be wrong.
Also-
but it was in the cutscene, so who knows?
One thing they could do with the police to find them easier, you know, on the PS2 version of Undercover, in the Wii version, it was
Never
different.
played it.
Oh
Yeah, I
well,
played
there was this thing that you could Speedway might remember this. There was this thing that you could do to call 911, so the cops would actually come to where you are.
Oh,
and you could
yeah!
start a chase like that. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
something they could do to hop
could do that,
to
yeah.
the new one to Need for Speed 2015
Yeah,
to find
basically
the cops.
PS2
If you
right
know,
now.
no, it's pretty easy to find cops if you know where they hide out. Like
Yeah, but
I know,
still,
there were if you can't find them at a police station. I know certain areas where they just sit there, like they in what is it called, Franklin Terrace. One sits at a gas station, one sits at the police station, of course. Another one sits like on the southern part of the town. I know
Yeah, but-
some of the hiding
But just
spots.
say you
Franklin
don't want to go
Terrace
to
is
this
the
part of
place-
town just to go and find cops.
I
This
think
could be
it would be
a good way
cool to call them
like,
up, like if you could
Yeah.
call up what heat level you wanted as well. So you
Oh.
could have like a 5-star heat level in like
Oh.
in the mountains, for example.
Oh
So if
yeah.
you wanted to be at the top of the
God,
mountains
yes.
and then like fucking like helicopters, like you basically just SWAT someone but with cars and Need for Speed.
There,
Oh, yeah.
there needs to be.
So
there
you're
needs to
swatting
be
yourself in Need
cops
for
in the
Speed.
mountains.
That'd be
That's-
sick. I
There,
love
there
that.
needs. There needs to be cops in the mountains. I feel like, could you imagine like playing a drift train and cops pursuing you?
Yes, and that really helps with events because after you finish the game, you can't go into events with cops like mid
Yeah.
race. That just doesn't
Yeah.
happen. I think the helicopters need to come back too.
Oh
Yeah.
definitely.
Helicopters
do.
that drop spike strips.
Because if, for example, right now that the cops are not that aggressive, let's say, then for helicopter would be a little bit harder.
Yeah, they're true. They're basically true California Highway Patrol, where they stay back, and then once the guy goes 100 miles an hour and leaves them in the dust, they just go into quote unquote surveillance mode and just kind of fuck off. So, like, yeah. But what I'm saying is, another thing they need to bring back is the police scanner. Oh my god, like the radio
They had it
scanner.
in
Like,
Rivals.
exactly. Like one thing they
I'd love
could
to
do.
see okay, so you got the scanner, but as well, you know the kind of radar thing you had on most.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Radar
Yeah.
detector.
Buy that in the motherfucking customization thing as an option.
Exactly. Like if you don't want to hear the police chatter, you can take out the police
Well,
scanner.
you don't
and
have to
police
put it
radar
in. You don't have to
detector.
put the scanner and the radar in. But if
In
you want to
order-
become like, it just helps with the outlaw thread as well. Like,
Yeah.
if you want to become like the ultimate outlaw, put a fucking scanner in there as well as police chatter. You can hear when they're near. If like 10-4, 10-4, we've got a speeding guy on the on the pier,
Yes.
and then
Oh
like,
yeah, Bravo 6.
you can see like where they are, like when with the little radar thing. So it's like boop, 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 and then it comes up with the music and like.
This could be a
And
cool idea.
it would
like-
be really helpful to find cops too. Like, say if you're cooling down, all you hear is, "We're heading from the north side of the city down Highway 5."
Yeah. That would really. And again, if that was an option to buy, it just add more stuff to the customization, which would be insane.
Yeah.
And please add more cops to the pursuit. So I get pursued by one Impala, and that's all I get. Like
That's
that's
literally it. Yeah.
I have an
literally
idea.
all you get.
I have an idea. Like, say you have the police scanner on and stuff, and then you can hear on the radio, Bravo 6-4, we're setting up a speed
So
scanner.
shut up now with all your cop lingo. No one cares.
We're setting up a speed scanner on blah 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 road due to speeding. You could go and start and then that's like a secret scanning area for like speeding and stuff. You could go smash those records and stuff and get extra outlaw points for that. Or they could be like, yeah, I'm responding to
So
an
like if
accident.
was to the 2012, smash the
All
billboard,
rivals. All rivals.
Yeah.
Traps.
smash my bill.
Like those speed traps, but they're setting them up like all over the city and stuff. That'd be kind of cool.
Not with that would make sense just specifically to the outlaw thread. Because people are gonna drive past there anyway. But like yeah, I think like the cops, they're not bad. They're just really inconsistent.
Yeah, and they're really like mild, to be fair.
Especially from the higher heat levels, you expect him just to completely I think the
Yeah.
cops, if you only see the good side of the cops and you got police on you constantly and you just get really lucky, then you'll really enjoy the side of the cops. But if you kind of like, you don't really see that, then you won't see the good side behind it. It's really inconsistent in that sense.
Yeah.
All they need
To be
do-
fair, I've only done 2 outlaw missions. I don't know. It's just too easy for now.
yeah.
Until they fix this, I don't know, because there needs to be definitely a more cop AI in the free roam area, because if it's only 1 or 2 cops in pursuit, that's not really an outlaw shit.
No.
Yeah.
Like, I don't see like just one car pursuing a Lamborghini Huracan. Like,
I talked about
okay.
this. I talked about this in that big long commentary I made about
Yeah.
Need for Speed. It's like
Yeah.
the fondest memory I have about cops chasing me was that last mission in Most Wanted 2005 where you're
Oh
in the
my
Beamer.
God.
and
Oh my
you
God,
had-
those-
shit. How many police were behind you? Like 20?
Dude. Everyone!
Everyone in the whole fucking county was coming to take your ass, and then like there was like what, like 30 police, including Cross.
Yeah.
No,
including-
there were
including
much.
Like it was the entire
Cross.
precinct.
And like
That was down on
everyone
you.
was coming after you, and that's what got me. And then you were coming into the bridge, and if you were lucky and you didn't take them all out, there would be like 8 more like SUV rhinos. There would be all types. There would be like
Oh my
level
God,
5 fucking
the
Corvettes. And I don't get that feeling from the cops in Need for Speed 2015.
like
I
the
think,
cop
I think
chases
everything
in that
else
game
in
were
these, the
just-
customization specifically, they got
It's
that
on
bang
point, yeah.
perfect. No, it's like I haven't really got any issues with customization. I'd like to see a bit more, but I mean that's just me being greedy. Like it's
There
the
was,
best
like-
we've had in years. And then the races again. Some of them are ever so slightly easy, but a lot of them are quite hard. Especially like
Yeah.
some of the drift races, I'd say, not a lot of them, and like even the time attacks, like that one we do the other day, peak performance when Amy was beating my 34 time. I'm like, what the fuck?
Oh yeah.
But that was like, okay, that's hard, that's good. So I think the races they've got on point.
Yeah.
What else have they got on point? Trying to think.
Atmosphere.
No,
Yeah, the
atmosphere
the
needs-
city, the map.
Atmosphere needs to be more gritty. The map is very good.
The map.
The map is very
That's
good.
the thing, though. The atmosphere of the actual game, where you play, like the coloring, the car always being wet, the lens, the light flares, and that is gritty. But then the story's so bubbly and friendly, and haha, hey,
breaks itself.
fist bump, Monster Energy drink, fist bump, dude, bro,
Kiss me, daddy.
bay.
Bay. Bay.
It's just like, I don't know. I think the story doesn't fit in with the actual. The cutscenes don't fit with the game for me personally.
Yeah, I would expect that from, let's say, the crew and the Bill kind of part of the storyline, but for
honest-
the outlaw,
be
I
honest-
was expecting like
be honest,
Cross to come back. So,
Between me and you guys, I actually preferred the crew story mode more than Need for Speed
Did we
2015.
talk about this last week? Didn't we all say we preferred the crew more?
Did we?
Except for me.
I know I did. I think.
You guys all said you liked it, and I
In,
said.
in terms of storyline, I know I can't decide because the crew, the DNA of the crew was so bad.
It was so funny. It was like a Fast and Furious ending, and I'm gonna spoil that shit right
Oh
now.
my
So if you don't
God.
want to listen to this shit, just skip 5 minutes, and I've warned you. Spoiler alert. At the end, when he was like, "We should settle this with a race," that shit was great. I loved it. It was like it reminded me of some cheesy Fast and Furious.
Yeah, when you
or
set him
something
up.
from like Underground. That's what it
Yeah.
reminded me of. It was sick. I loved it. I thought the crew story was extremely underrated, and
That's what I find weird. It's like opposite to Need for Speed for me. It's like, again, the story mode the cutscenes and stuff didn't really fit in with the actual game itself. The crew
Yeah.
felt really, it was weird to play through for me.
I felt
And-
like the crew's atmosphere was on point.
I feel
Yeah.
like there wasn't enough cutscenes. I think that if you put
Yeah,
them
I
all
agree with
together,
that.
you won't get up to 30 minutes in terms
The
of
crew,
cutscenes.
the crew's main issue with me was that it really lacked in variety.
Exactly.
Like smashing through crate.
There weren't enough races in the game. There wasn't enough actual racing.
I mean,
There weren't enough missions. Like
Like-
taking down people or stuff.
And-
I don't want to smash through crates.
I
You won
think,
like
I don't
3
want to smash
races, and then you
crates.
became came V2. Like, what?
I wonder if there was something going wrong with the whole story mode, because if you've noticed in the was it the first cinematic trailer?
Hmm.
Mhm.
At the end of that, there's a raptor, I believe, an Aventador, and a 370,
hmm
Yeah.
and
Camaro, I think.
they're like, yeah, and they're basically like doing a heist on a Brinks truck.
Yeah, they're doing like
Now,
like,
I
so,
don't,
like, Fast and
I don't know
Furious.
about you guys, but I don't recall getting into any heist on the crew.
No, not at all.
Nah.
So I don't. It makes me
I mean,
wonder.
you could take down people in the storyline, like you could, but the problem is that it wasn't so well done. What I was expecting in the crew, for example, is having a PvP event when somebody would run away and you could take that guy down, or
Yeah,
something like
Cockroach-
that.
wasn't that in? That was in undercover online. There was a mode where you could be
Cops and
cop.
robbers.
Obviously,
Cops and
that's in Rivals and
That
Hot
shit is
Suit.
unreal, and it still works on PC. Just
Yeah.
FYI.
Yeah, it works on
Yeah.
console, I believe, as well.
Mm.
But
Yeah, but
mm. I
but
think the
here's
cop-
like
sorry,
Yeah.
go.
no, but what I was saying, like, that you were saying that about the cutscene, and there was a Lamborghini, a Camaro, and the other car, I don't remember what it was, the 370,
Yeah.
surrounding a bus, I think it was. But what happens if they could take that to a PvP event where somebody with their car of choice
Yes.
could run away?
Yes.
and you could
yes,
sit him down.
Yes. This is what I've been suggesting every time we go on the crew. Is like, why don't we play cat and mouse? Or like cops and robbers or something like that, where someone is it and they've got the money with quotation marks around if you're listening to this, and like you have to go and get the money off them by taking them down, and like they might have a health meter, or maybe you've got to bash
Yeah.
them a certain amount of times until they die.
That would work
Having
in a
some-
lot of racing games. Though.
That'd be sick. That'd be so cool.
Yeah, it would.
To be
It
fair,
would-
I really do like the new modes that they added, like Crown and the Zone and
Yeah.
everything, but they need like something more aggressive. Like, it's a crew, you've shown it in the trailers and everything. Why can't you do it now?
I think we need the
That's-
speed, and I'm not sure if you guys are the only ones with this, but do you think the Outlaw... I think the Outlaw thread is the most grittiest thread.
the
out of all.
outlaw
Yeah.
thread is
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
it should have been all the way through. I mean, I think it's the first time you kind of have a cutscene with it. He comes into the diner and like shows you the key to the
Yeah.
fair lady's head.
Yeah.
What's his name? Fucking
Travis.
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 He goes. You're in the diner. He told you to go to the diner. You're sitting in the diner, and he comes in and shows you the key and says, "Yeah, it was me out there."
Oh, that's not one of the first ones at all.
Isn't it?
That's like halfway through.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
spoiler.
when you kind of get Hosh, isn't it? Okay, if you haven't played through the Need for Speed story, I'm sorry. I apologize. Don't kill me.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I would say unsub J, but the thing is, next week you're going to be on 8,000 subscribers, so it's not like it
Yeah.
particularly matters anyway.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
I'm glad you guys know your place.
Oh.
Wagyu!
Oh.
Wagyu, edgy.
Wagyu. Wagyu.
Wagyu. But I've got to
Wagyu.
say, anyway, back to what we were saying about the Outlaw story, is I thought the Outlaw story was the best. And since we've spoiled it now, spoiler alert, skip 5 minutes if you don't want to listen to this.
Skip the whole podcast.
Don't
Period.
do that. Don't you can skip all the Speedways version, but not mine, CJ or Niners.
No!
Is I think like the Outlaws had the best because it was quite gritty. I think like Jay said, all of it should have been like that. But I've got to say, even certain elements of the Outlaw story were just a bit too. Like one of the first ones, you know, at the start when they were talking about someone raising havoc, and everything was all really quite intense. And then what's that fat guy called, Manu?
Yeah,
And he was like, what did he say? He said something cheesy because someone in the background was on their phone, and he goes, nah! Do you remember? Do you remember? They started laughing at the start because someone was in the phone. He was like, I haven't got your money, mom, or something like that. No, am I the only one? I don't know. I agree with everything that Jay said about the Outlaw story, though. It should have been that all the way through. One thing I would love to see is if they actually were like proper illegal street racers who were actually wanted.
Oh my god, yeah, that'd been so much better.
Everyone was wanted, and then Amy had the Bill storyline, and then Travis had the extreme cop events. Like we're talking spike strips from helicopters. We're talking like basically CJ chasing you from the shop. Like basically, like that would be quite cool.
What I would have liked to see is like the outlaw kind of guy pretending to be your friend, then ending up to be a undercover cop or something like that.
Oh yes, that would have been. Imagine if the whole team was undercover and they were trying to get your ass.
Oh my god!
And
yes.
at the end, you had to like, I don't know, race them in some way to defeat them. That'd be sick. And that's obviously not how the story goes. And I'm pretty sure we're still in that 5-minute skip anyway. So
the thing is, like, the old crew saying how they hate cop baiters and how they just pull over and pay up. That just makes them seem like
pussies.
Yeah, exactly. And plus, later in the game, after like the cops are after some events, you see cops chasing the other racers, and they're not pulling over. Like, it just makes them feel like it doesn't feel like too.
It doesn't feel illegal. That's what I was saying. That's what I was saying in my video. I was saying it doesn't feel
go watch
gritty
Cast
enough.
video.
Yeah, everyone watched it's only, but it's 40 minutes. So now everyone
It's basically. It's funny how we could go from the last game being Need for Speed Rivals, where it was basically cops versus racers, to basically Need for Speed Hot Traffic Stop. It's hot traffic stop. Like they're just pulling over.
It's Underground 3 with cops. Well, no, it's Underground 2 with cops. Sorry.
Yeah, but the thing is,
honestly, if you're gonna put cops in there, I want them to be hardcore, but I don't want it to be Rivals where they just start shooting for no particular reason. I do like the fine option. The fine option definitely should be there. And honestly, the mechanics of the cops and the way the cops go around and the method it works, it's perfect. But they just need to be a bit more hardcore.
Exactly. Yeah. Like
the fact that they are waiting for you in the corner with their lights turned off, and you just go by and then they turn on the lights and everything. That's just so realistic. I really like that. But they need to be a little bit more aggressive, yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
Well, one of my favorite things from the cops, as I mentioned this before, is when you go around a corner, you start evading, and like you sit in like a really dark spot or in like a parking lot, and you turn off your engine, and you just see the cop flying by.
Oh, like you're basically creating your own hiding spot. That's
it's like it's basically a cooldown. That's all it is.
Yeah.
And then like I remember in one of my Let's Play videos, like I had my lights off and I was stuck in a thing, and then I'd look behind me and the cops were coming towards me, and I was trying to turn my engine on, but it took a while to turn on.
It wouldn't turn,
and it wouldn't turn on. I'm like, shit, what's going on? I tried to reverse and I got cornered and I got fined. And one thing I'd like to see come back, like I'm not sure if they will ever do this. They definitely won't do this in Need for Speed 2015 because it doesn't make sense. But in the next Need for Speed, if they could add impounds back.
That actually be a good idea.
3 strikes you're out, sort of thing, and you'd lose that car. That would be really cool. I'd love to see that come back because then it gives you it makes more sense to like it gives you more risk versus reward.
One thing that they could do.
So forgiving.
In real life California, if you're caught street racing or something like that, they crush your car. So if it gets impounded 3 times, you get like this little cutscene of your car getting crushed or something.
That'd actually be quite cool.
That'd be hardcore.
A lot of the things CJ said don't make sense, but that'd be pretty cool.
That'd be painful to watch, but it would be pretty good.
It would be painful to watch. And you know the cop cutscenes in like the older Need for Speeds when they're like
the busted scene.
Yes.
The undercover ones.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Bang! I'm taking down. Bang! 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 And like in one of them, you got run over.
Police
Like-
brutality, yes.
You're
Are
running,
you
you're running
serious?
side to side. You're running side to side. How many times? And then you go bang, you got hit. You got hit straight up.
Another
and
one, you're on the
floor,
ground,
like,
handcuffed,
oh,
and
my
cops
rib,
starts
I lost my rib.
beating you. Oh my god.
It
You're like
was
on the ground,
sick. And
you're on the
that
ground,
felt
handcuffed, and
good.
cops are like,
I am
boom.
suing Black Box for police brutality because they influence
Yeah.
the cops of today to fucking fuck up people.
I've got to say,
Racers'
though,
lives matter.
like,
Racers'
in all
lives
seriousness,
matter.
that's what made those games feel gritty. Little things like that. And even, like, you know, in the Most Wanted ones, when, like, you started pushing the cop, and the cop was like, nah, I'm not having any of this. Bang! And it just knocked him out. That shit
Oh,
was
the
great.
chokehold! The chokehold!
Oh, the chokehold as well. That was great.
And the thing is, a cutscene would look amazing. Like a cutscene like that would look so good because of the graphics as well.
Oh my god,
yeah.
yes.
Imagine if it was in first person
Could,
on these.
could you imagine if Marcus Nielsen was a cop, like
Oh god.
he would be like,
I don't-
you fucking what? Boom!
Sergeant Sullivan, Sergeant
Sorry,
Sullivan.
but I don't think getting hit by a car first person is gonna be suited to a 12-year-old game. Imagine you first person, you looking across and the car comes, boom.
No, I'm
you're
talking
on the
about
floor like
you
this.
want to see.
Ain't
Like
gonna
since
work.
the game like is shot and the cutscenes are shot in first person. Like imagine the busted cutscene being in first person. Freaking cops
Not
just like
actually.
holding you like this,
Not-
throwing you on the ground and just boom, boom, boom.
Sounds like
Boom.
CJ's fantasy.
Exactly.
Boom!
But
And he's holding you like this.
like the busted cutscenes. Oh my god.
I do miss the busted cutscenes because when you
Yeah.
get busted in Need for Speed, it comes in with that cutscene where it's like your car top down, right?
Yeah, yeah,
And that's it.
I
And you
know.
have to pay the fine, and that's it.
yeah.
It doesn't feel like if you get, if I have like an 8,000 fine and I've got like $250,000, it's like, well, what's $8,000 to me? It's nothing. Just make it rain.
To be fair, with the new technology that they have right now, with the cutscenes that they put your car inside the cutscenes, that works beautifully.
It does. It really, really does. Like
It-
when they were talking about it at E3, I didn't think much of it, but I've got to agree, Speedway, it really, really
It,
does.
it works. It works beautiful. Like having that, like a cutscene, like a cop cutscene, that would make it. Oh my god! And seeing your car back there. Oh, I just can't.
Yeah, and exactly, physically based rendering with cop bus. I tried to say it in a Marcus Milson voice, and I kind of failed. But like, yeah, having your car in the cutscene, that'd be sick, and that's something they could
Yeah, that
definitely
would
do.
be sick.
That's something, and like having it like that's what we were talking about earlier on, with it being crushed and having your car being crushed. That could actually be your car with your vinyls on and with your tune on, and it's being crushed. And imagine if you lost your tune and you had to do your tune again.
Oh no!
Imagine
Oh,
that.
thank you.
3 strikes and you're out. Like that would be so hardcore. That'd be so hardcore. I mean, these are all suggestions which Ghost can take on. Like, these are legit suggestions which would make the Outlaw thread so much better.
Yeah.
So much better. I think the cutscenes are the best in the whole of the stories, and I think the missions are as well. I think if you get
Yeah.
the missions on point, and you're doing the races, and you got a lot of cops on you, and like, because you can have like 4 cops on you at once in some of the Outlaw events. Like, it's really good if you get it on the right point, because it is obviously inconsistent. Sometimes you won't have that many on you, but I do think the cop thread is the best thread when it's like being done correctly.
Yeah.
The cutscenes throughout
Yeah.
definitely the best, no doubt at all. I don't know. I feel like for the next game, I don't want them to have 5 ways to play, because they kept on saying how it was revolutionary when it really isn't.
It was cool and all, but I think that for this game they need to have one storyline, one main enemy, and it has to be an enemy. One guy that
has
hates
to
you.
be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have to have an enemy similar to like Razor or like Cross.
I think
or-
even like, you know, the way the blacklist was laid out, like you got the mini bosses and stuff.
Yeah, even then, like, I know. They could have like that.
You know what I think would have worked better if Amy, Manu, Spike, and the other bitch Robin, and Travis, if they were enemies against you or rivals for you, that would have worked better than being companions, because it kind of really takes off the whole street racing feel for me. The fact that I've gone into this, you know, garage and these niggas like me. I don't even know who the fuck you are. Like, there's no backstory with us. I've basically just met you. Spike's like trying to fight me in scenes and stuff. I can't take.
Yes, he's like, hold me back, bro, hold me back. I want to play for you. You ain't gonna do shit. You ain't gonna do shit. It's so true. Like yeah, there has to be an enemy. I want one friend though. Like,
Yeah.
don't get me wrong, I want at least one friend.
like
I would
Mia.
like a crew. I would like to have a crew if you had a possibility, and but then have
Maybe with the
enemies.
carbon type of crew where you pick them up as
Yes.
you go.
Yeah, that.
Yes.
So like you have like the Outlaw Fred and there's Travis and then or like Morohashi-san and Travis and then you pick up Travis. Does that
Yes.
make sense? So Morohashi-san, he's the one you need to take down, but then like you beat him and you get Travis
Yes.
sort of thing.
Oh my god, yeah.
Yes.
Like that makes a lot more sense. I don't know what the fuck CJ doing. You're gonna get kicked. But that could be really cool. And then you get Amy, and then with those people they have abilities similar to Carbon. So for example, if you get Amy, maybe you get 10% off parts. I know that wouldn't work because of the deluxe edition thing, or but you just something across those lines. Like Amy could get you access to like certain things in the game, and then Travis he gives you say that thing we were talking about earlier about the cop radar thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
When you have him, he has that on your thing, on your screen, and then like say with Spike, if you when you win him, like your car. Or you get an extra payout in races, let's say. Like, these are all things which could work really, really well.
Yeah.
And obviously it's going to be really hard to fit this all in because they've got there's time to develop these things, and you're not going to get...
There's now 2 years.
Yeah.
Once again, so hopefully.
Yeah.
We can pray. We can pray.
I mean, they've got a foundation now because obviously Need for Speed 2015 was built from the ground up, and I think that's why a lot of people are disappointed because they expected a lot more to be in the game, but they literally had to create everything from the ground up. Like the engine itself, like the physics handling model, they had to completely change it, right? Because they had to complement the drifting grip.
The handling, I think that one of the most difficult things that I had to do was get the handling slider right, because that shit must have been hard, man. Like those are physics right there, man.
When you change like even the little individual shot sliders, that's a completely different handling model.
Yeah, not apart from that, also when you apply a performance part, you notice the difference. Even if you apply only just one thing, you go to the free room and then you just feel the difference.
Yeah,
it just works really well.
And then like they added all the other stuff like the rendering and the cutscenes, which definitely can be used like for a much bigger purpose. Like we mentioned in the cop cutscenes, that could be really sick in the next season. This is kind of stuff they could build on what they already have. And if they do have 2 years, I think this is stuff that is definitely possible, like almost 100%. I mean, they're always adding to the game. I don't think they're going to add stuff like impounds, because it doesn't make an awful lot of sense to do that, because
not now,
it's too late now. Like they can't really do that. Maybe if we said in the beta, maybe, but even then I think it's slightly too late, and it doesn't go with the atmosphere as well at the moment. But it's definitely like these are all suggestions which Ghost will probably take on. I'm not saying they're gonna have like a cutscene where you get hit by a car in first person, but there's definitely things here and there which they will improve and take up on. I think the grittiness of the story is something which they will take on. I think it's something they need to take on. It's not a need. It needs to have a bad guy in the next Need for Speed story.
Like there's no possible way that you think about Need for Speed Most Wanted or Carbon, and you don't think about Cross.
Stories, no.
It just, I think stories need conflicts, and the only way to do that is to have an antagonist.
I really want a guy that hates me to death to motivate me to keep going, in the storyline.
Like Razor and Cross were the perfect combination. I still go back
Cross,
to that.
oh my god.
Most Wanted 2005 story, best story in a racing game. I put Midnight Club LA now on such a big pedestal after looking back on it. But I've got to say, Most Wanted 2005, that shit was insane. And even Carbon, I didn't like Carbon an awful lot for what it was.
The story mode was amazing though.
Fuck my life. At the start, no, okay, spoiler alert if you haven't played Carbon, but you probably have because it's been like 10 years. At the end, when Cross comes on your side, after 2 years, a motherfucking conflict, you destroyed his car in probably one of the pursuits, if you're a hardcore Need for Speed fan at some point, and he comes and he's like, I'm just a bounty hunter. I'm like, I knew there was something.
And even at the start when they flashed back to Most Wanted and like what happened and where you went and how everything happened and how what's the girl's name? Is it Nikki. How she's pissed at you, like, you show your face here, and then like Darius holds her back and Darius acts like the good guy, and at the end you versing him, and I just think things like that, even though they're mad cheesy and really like ugh. But
it has a serious point.
It's amazing. though.
It has a serious point behind, and the storylines were complex AF in some of the cases.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
They weren't simple, like they weren't brain dead storylines, so to say. Like Need for Speed 15, it's cheesy, and you know I understand where they're coming from with it, but there isn't a plot behind it.
What I want cheesiness, but also an equal amount of conflicts in the story that you have to deal with.
I want a complex plot. And I want it to be told in a cheesy yet like tense way.
Like I think they should have made a bigger deal when there should be more of a big deal when you meet the icons.
Yeah.
There is.
Yeah.
I got like I would expect myself to have shivers running down my spine. Oh my god!
They were like,
I'm racing Ken Block. Oh my god! I'm racing Marahashi-san. But it's like they're always in the fucking game. You see them at the start at that party thing. It's kind of like
Even that I don't mind because like say with the M3 GTR, it's obviously not a character, but it's the same thing. Like that's something you're always working towards.
It was an icon.
Yeah.
You get it at the start, and you get to race with it, and you get to experience what it's like.
Yeah.
I think one way they could have started off, say it was a dream, and you were in like say I don't know one of the cars off the cover. So,
Test drive.
Literally, no. Think about it. You're in a race with the cops behind you in that Rocket Bunny GT86 from the cover.
Oh yeah.
And you're going, and you've got Ken Block, Morohashi, all them lot behind you, and then you wake up and you're in like in your car maybe, and you've got to drive to the club and see them there. That could have worked.
Kind of makes sense. I like that.
That could have worked.
You know how we can fix this? Ghost Games, please put us in your team as storytellers.
Yes, we need to be the next five icons. Bagsy, I get cops though. I don't want Cedar to have cops because he'll ruin the story otherwise.
The one where I have
no, he'll ruin the story either way.
That's true.
Like if he's anything, he'll just ruin it.
Okay,
just have
it's
to-
going to be customization then.
I'll be cops.
Kill yourself.
Yeah.
Why do I
I'm
think
cop.
Niner would be good for crew?
He's Chinese.
What size I do, Anthem?
I don't know. I just felt like being an asshole then.
And that's
He succeeded.
An asshole then.
That's what it is.
No, stop.
I love it.
That's good at
I love it.
Asala baby.
Anyway, I think we exhausted that topic. Should we go on to the...
Yeah.
Wait. What topic were we
I
just
don't know,
on?
that was a rant. I think that was a really good rant.
Yeah.
Should we go into the next one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the next topic is about the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One. Now, those who follow gaming and not just racing games will probably know that a lot of people have been saying that the PS4 and Xbox One are getting outdated already. Do you think that the Xbox One and the PS4 are going to have a long life cycle? How long do you think they're going to last? Do you think they are getting outdated?
I can see them bringing out a smaller version of the Xbox One soon.
Yeah,
like a
the
slim
Slim.
light.
Have you heard about the rumours of a more powerful PS4 coming?
No.
Yeah.
Okay, so basically, for y'all who don't know, Sony are thinking about releasing a more powerful PS4. So with this upgrade, it probably has 16 gigs of RAM, a better GPU, all that kind of stuff. Basically, you can run games that PCs can run on Ultra on your PS4, basically, is how it's going to work. And then, depending on which PS4 you have, the graphics will either be higher or lower. On the new PS4, that might be 60 frames. On the older one, it might be 30. Me personally, I don't mind that, as long as I get a motherfucking discount. I've had that shit since year one. I want a discount. I'm not talking about one of those shitty £20 discounts. I'm talking like a proper discount. I'm talking like a £200, £100 discount.
I agree.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want no shitty discount. And the same if the Xbox is the same. I'd want a good discount if they were gonna like make specs
same.
different.
I don't like that idea. You know why? Because they're gonna overuse it all the time. Maybe even like games in the future are gonna have like, you know what? This game is not available for the PS4. The first version, you're gonna have to get the second version
If that
before.
happens, I'm not on board with it. If they
No,
say
I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised because there will be like in terms of business, like if they say, you know what, this game has to be available for the second version of the PS4 because we need to get that shit, you know.
See, if they said that
So-
like when the PS5's out, then I could give a fuck, to be honest.
Yeah, that's different. But if they say that with the same version,
Yeah,
with the
he-
PS4,
He
then they
means
could
it-
do it.
I don't
Yeah,
like that.
Like,
If that was the case and they were to do that, then nah, I'll go Xbox only.
to be fair, just do what they did with the PS3. The shit like that shit in 2012 was outdated as fuck. and I still used it because it was. I mean,
They've
it was
really
still very.
that's one thing consoles do extremely well, is because they're so mainstream and they're so popular, developers will do anything to optimize them.
Yeah.
Anything. And I tell you what, GTA 5 last gen, when that came out, that game looked amazing. I'd argue it's probably one of the best games I've personally played. Now, obviously, it's not probably the best if you had to play a shit ton of console games. But GTA, when that game first came out on last gen, it looked
it looked
gorgeous.
great. Yeah.
If you go back on it now, it looks shit. Well, that's because of next gen. But
Yeah. That's because
Yeah.
we know what it looks like next gen.
Yeah.
Back then, it was like...
actually, saying that, it was like that with Forza Horizon for me.
Oh yeah,
And
it was like that with
Forza
a bunch of
4.
games.
It just looked for when I got Forza 4, when I first went on that shit. Oh my goodness, the graphics! I was like, what is this? This is witchcraft. Why does it look so good?
Mate,
It looks
Gran
better than
Turismo,
real life.
I would argue, honestly, Gran Turismo on PS3, it still holds up. Like, it really, really does hold up. Gran Turismo 6, that shit holds up mad.
Yeah, it
like,
does.
it looks so good. I'd say it's not on par with Forza in any way, shape, or form, but it's not far off. It's honestly not that far
Forza
off.
6.
For it, no, I'm more Forza 5, but even then,
I was
like,
about to say,
for
what?
for a PS3 game, that it looks amazing. Like, I don't know how they did it. It doesn't look as good as Forza 5, like I just said. I want to reiterate that because someone's going to take it the wrong way.
Yeah, but why are you comparing? There were Forzas before 5. What?
Because for GT6
not very
came out
good,
when
Jen.
Forza 5 came out.
What?
Yeah.
Something
Hold
like
up. What the fuck am I missing?
I think.
Yeah, because they usually for the Gran Turismo series they have 2 games per console. So you have Gran Turismo 5, and then they need to make another one for the PS3. So I need
What
to
year
make
did Gran
GTA
Turismo 6
6.
come out?
2013, late December 2013, around
I've really been missing that PlayStation side. I have that.
And it's still sold more than Forza, funnily enough. Forza 5. I don't know how they do that shit. I don't know how consistently they pump out these amazing sales figures for what is a dying game. Because Gran Turismo is going downhill. It's going downhill. But how they keep outselling Forza is beyond me. Especially on a last gen system. Like, that shit is unreal. I don't know how they do it. Really, really don't.
Yeah.
I don't think the Xbox One and PS4 will be outdated just for the basic reason developers love to just optimize the consoles to shit. That's it.
Yeah.
They prioritize consoles so much that it kind of puts PC to the side a bit. That's why the ports are always shit. Like Batman Arkham City, is it?
Whatever the new one is, whatever the
Whatever
new
the
one
new
is.
one was, that got taken off Steam or store shelves or something like that because it was
Yeah.
so badly optimized.
Yeah, everyone kept refunding it because it was so bad.
That, like, imagine, like, I don't know how you can be a PC gamer and have these issues and it's like, it's still shout PC Master Race. Like, they both
exactly.
have their positives and negatives, but like that, just to get a game which is broken to the point where you can't play it and it gets taken off store shelves.
Yeah.
It's kind of embarrassing.
It is. It really, really is, especially for the developers. Like, Assassin's Creed. I think this is a direct quote. Well, not direct, but it's a quote. The guy, I think he's like one of the CEOs of Ubisoft or someone high up at Ubisoft. He basically said the reason why the latest Assassin's Creed game didn't sell well is
Was because
the
Unity.
last one was so broken. They
Yeah.
lost
Yeah.
trust. That was why. And
You mean Syndicate, the new one? The new one.
is that the new one? The one before Syndicate, was it Black Flag?
Unity.
No, Unity.
Force
Unity.
Syndicate is Unity.
Unity. Yeah.
Let me say, Unity was shit.
Was
Absolutely
it broken? Have you got it?
awful. Yeah, it's broken. Black Flag makes it look so shit. It's just nah.
I didn't like Black Flag at all.
I love
Really.
Black Flag.
And
Black
the
Flag was
reason they
amazing.
blamed the sales of the new one being so bad, it was because that game was broken and they think they've lost trust, which I
I
wouldn't
don't
say
think
surprised.
that's the reason. I think that the reason is because they keep releasing a game every 8 months.
But even then,
or
when
10.
a CEO admits that the last game was broken, that's got to say something. Like,
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
you don't just say that and like, it's broken, whatsoever. Like, they know it was. Like, it's not a secret anymore, and that is just mad. It is just mad to me.
Yeah, they made a video to apologize to fans for
Really?
Yeah, Assassin's Creed Unity. The developers of Assassin's Creed Unity made a video apologizing to fans that bought the game and were disappointed.
That's what?
You didn't see it? I'm gonna search it.
Like the one thing, okay, I'm gonna revert this back to Need for Speed because Need for Speed done this before. Their apology was basically Need for Speed 2015,
Yeah.
right? Like, Rivals, man. What went wrong with Rivals? Like, I don't even mind. Like, Cops vs Races can be good. Like, I'm not one of those people that mindlessly hates on it. Hot Pursuit 2 was an amazing game. Hot Pursuit 2010 was an amazing game. But what the fuck went on with Rivals? I don't know why they... Oh. And it annoys me because that game did have potential. That's why I hope Need for Speed Edge is just basically fixed Rivals, to be honest.
Yeah.
Although I do want customization. I expect customization as a bare minimum now in a Need for Speed game. And
Here,
I don't
I
think
found
you
the
can really
video.
blame me.
Alright,
Should we watch it afterwards? Because it doesn't make much sense to watch it now.
Yeah, I know.
But damn, that's mad. That's mad. Just to think that developers are actually like, you know what, my game was broken. That's that. Mad. Anyway, should we go on to the next topic, boy?
Yep,
Yeah.
sir.
What?
Yeah,
That's gonna top 3 best things and worst things about YouTube. Skudanai.
Oh,
So, what are the top 3 best and worst things about YouTube? That's if you couldn't translate, then I'm sorry. But
yeah, screwed tonight.
what is? What is?
Just
Should we go person by person?
yeah, that seems like
Alright,
the best
so
option.
Nina, you go first.
Oh god. Fuck. I don't know, man. I have to think about this for a minute.
All right,
No, shut the fuck up. Ninder's going first.
I can go.
Okay, he's thinking about it.
I can go. So I'll say we'll go top 3 best, and then we'll do worst afterwards. Or should we do
Alright.
it the other way around?
No, we should do best for
top-
last.
best
Let's
then
do
last.
worst.
So,
Best last.
so wait, what we doing worst and then best?
No, best and worst.
Yes. No,
Best-
worse than... What?
This is important. This is crucial structural stuff. We'll go best. We'll go worse than best. Okay. So top
Alright.
3 worst things about you doing YouTube. Worst things. This is hard because there's not much I don't enjoy. I'd say the time aspect of things. I don't like regret putting time into videos at all, but it does take a lot of time to do.
Yeah.
If you
Yeah.
know what I mean. Like I don't regret sitting there for hours on end to doing it. But that's definitely one of the negatives, that it takes so long to do, especially montages. I find like I can spend up to 5 hours doing one montage, 2-minute long montage. So I'd say it's very time consuming. That's like quite an annoying thing, especially if you're put on like schedule. Say if you're uploading 2 a day, and you need to get this video pumped out because you need to do something on the weekend or something like that. That's hard as fuck, like really hard. So I'd say one of the hardest things more to do, but I'm gonna say class it as worst with quotations around, is time. As well as that, how demotivating it can be at some points when, again, I'm going to mention this because this was kind of like the lowest point I've been in a long time, was when I got like 7-10 views on that initial D video after 24 hours. It was like, why am I doing this? Like, 5 of those views are probably me F5 in the video, and why, like, it's so demotivating. It's not like, why should I do this? It's like, it feels like it's pointless almost, because whether you like it or not, the reason people put stuff on YouTube is to share it with other people, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when you have 1,500 subs and only 10%, is that how much is that? Like, is that less than?
It's less than 10%. Yeah, it's less than
No,
1%.
no, that's 1%
That's 1%,
because
sorry,
it wouldn't 10% be 150 views.
it would be.
Yeah.
Yes, that's less than 1, because 1 would be 15.
Yeah.
So it's
Less than
0.1.
1% of your subscribers have watched that video.
0.1%.
Like that imagine how demotivating that would be. But then on the other side, on the positives, which we'll talk about in a minute, when you get like a home run on a video which you could put a shit ton of effort in, cough the Need for Speed documentary. The feeling you get when that happens is unreal. But we'll talk about that in a minute. So I'd say second is when a video really flops and you put a lot of effort into it, or when a video that you didn't put as much effort in does well, and then the one that you put loads of effort in doesn't do well. It's
yeah.
like, fuck. And then my last thing I'd say, this is in no particular order, but my last thing about the worst thing about being YouTube. I think for a long time it was school related, nothing to do with the actual experience of YouTube. It was being bullied actually. I think that it was good in the long term because it made me who I am today. But that was hard. That was hard to cope with, especially being someone who's growing up and puberty. That shit was hard to go through. So I think those are my 3 things. Anyone can take the floor. I don't mind.
I'll go next because I've figured out some shit. So I would have to say one of them would be since it does take a lot of time and you go to school. When I get home at about like 3:10, 3:15, my first thing is obviously I eat lunch and I do homework, and by that time I'm finished at around 5:30, and then I work on a video for the next day, and that takes about anywhere between 3 and 4 hours, and by that time it's like 9:30, and it's like, well, I go to bed at around 11 to 11:30, so it's like I don't really have that much time, so I might as well just sit on YouTube, watch a couple of videos, and that kind of takes away from me playing games.
Can I expand on that? People think YouTube is literally just sitting on your ass, recording videos, like clicking the record button, uploading, that's it. Bitch,
no, nigga.
All you do, is click record on Elgato and upload that shit, or do like a little edit at the start. You're doing YouTube A, wrong, and B, that ain't a professional YouTubing. Like, I'm saying you right now.
What?
He Snapchat, he coming for your subs, and then he coming for your spot. He be blowing up.
Shut the
Anyway,
fuck up.
YouTube's time consuming. Like, editing takes a long time. Like the montage, which I'm probably gonna upload tomorrow. That so far, I'm only a quarter of the way through, has taken 4 hours. No, 3 hours. That's to record, edit, and all that kind of stuff. I'm doing it as I go. 3 hours, and I'm a quarter of the way through, and I need to get.
I think the most time-consuming thing for a showcase or a montage is the recording part, because you need so many clips.
Yeah.
Because you use probably like 2 minutes of footage in like 2 seconds.
But in defense to the guys who do live comms and stuff, that shit takes just as long, sometimes at least. And I'm not sure if you guys can agree, but say if you do want to go balls deep with the editing and you want to like make your face red as you're saying something demonic, or like you want to like make yourself go in 360s and do all that kind of shit, and to go balls deep and like add in like memes, like adding like dogs and shit into like cats and like just random shit. If you want to go in with the editing, I honestly would argue that making those commentaries is just as long.
Yeah.
Just as long. Especially if you're doing a commentary on a bad day and you're re-recording that shit and you just can't get it. Like, you keep messing up every time. It takes a long time. Really
I want to be like fucking like the bigger YouTubers. Like, I'm trying to think of someone, like people who could do a full 14-minute commentary, have no cuts whatsoever, and they could just flow through the commentary. I cannot do that. Like, there's gonna be a time, like after a minute and a half, I'm gonna like forget what I was talking about, or like what the fuck am I gonna say next, I just completely fuck up.
I like just doing that. I having those pauses allows you to edit that kind of stuff. It allows you to kind of like fine tune that stuff. I feel like if you have that all unedited, just talking, you're just talking. Editing adds a side of your personality which you can't see for something that's unedited.
Still, though, it shows it just shows that you're pretty fluent with speaking, and like I'm not gonna say I'm not fluent, obviously, because English is like the only language I speak. But like it's just you fuck up so much while doing commentaries.
Tell me about it. I stutter. Like, did I stutter?
Did I stutter?
I stutter.
Do you know how many times I start my intro every single time I do a commentary?
In your defense, it's not your first language. So
yeah, it's not my first language. That's why it takes me. Dude,
exactly.
the intro I make, for example, if I make a commentary, I had to do like 30 times, and if I'm not pleased with what I said,
nigga, you think I could go into one of my videos and start speaking Spanglish, nigga?
Dude,
Spanglish.
It's actually true. It's actually true.
Speedway, CJ is the complete opposite. Like, he'll say Need for Speed 2015 when he's talking about the Crew Wild Run, he'd just keep that in. He's like, fuck it, I'm going. I'm not even going to edit this shit.
Crap Tastic Jack here, and today we're going to be talking about Need for Speed 2015 expansion.
No, no.
Go on anyway, bitch. I'ma let you finish.
Wait, I'm an animal. I do my own shit. I pull my own
and then he
stunts.
edits in, like, his editing has got really improved, but then for some reason you'll still keep in, like, the burps and the stutters and,
Wait, I
don't
burp on
understand your
purpose!
editing style, like, it's just
That's
so...
my editing style. I leave those burps in on purpose. That's part of my essence. That's part of my style.
God, oh.
That's part of
But
who
then, like,
I
right
am.
now, if I do something,
My essence.
right now, if I would do a video right now, and if I coughed, I would edit that shit out. But like CJ, he'll like go on, say something, and then he'll be like, and then he jump cut.
If I've got like my chair's quite squeaky, like it's squeaky.
We all
If
know
I
why
hit,
it's squeaky.
kill yourself. If I hear a squeak in my recording, or if I think it's picked it up, I know to cut that out or to start speaking again. Or if like
Yes.
If I accidentally-
I'm not sure if I'm the only one, yeah. But when you're recording live comms and you stutter, do you stop and then reset
Yes.
Yeah.
everything you just said?
Yes.
So
Yeah.
I'll
Yes.
say let's say
Yes.
I'm doing like, I don't know, customization. I've just added a certain tune on, and then I stutter as I'm saying the tune. I'll reset the tune and come back and do it again.
Yeah.
oh
Yes.
no.
I've done
I
that
don't
so
do
many times.
I do things like if I'm in like a let's say I'm in an RX-7, and if I say so I'm in the RX-8, what? You just said wait, and then I'm already halfway into the sentence and I realize I've said RX-8 instead of 7. I'll just stop myself, go back onto the first page I was on the game, and restart.
So, have you never like added a body kit on, and then that's the first thing you've done, and you've said, I don't know, you kind of stuttered, so like, okay, so now we're gonna add a
Oh my god, that's happened to me
and
so
then
many
you've
times.
already bought the body kit, but you just go, you click off, and then you come back on, and then you start again from
And you
the
fight
start.
again.
That's what
I'm
I
about
do.
to add a verb.
Like sometimes I just lose my words. Like, okay, so today we're gonna go ahead and add a Liberty Burger, and then like I start again. It's like it's really annoying, but I've done that. Anyway, sorry, Nina. We kind of tangented.
But I would have to agree with Cam on some of the other stuff. Like this used to happen to me, not that much anymore. Is when you put so much effort into one video and like you get like no views out of it, and it's like YouTube just like got up and just took a shit on your video. Like that's what it feels like. And then the other one is like if you made a really shit video, but somehow it got 71,000 views on my channel. I'm still so pissed off. Like, basically what I did was I'm like, you know what, bitch? I'm just in the mood to do a pursuit, so I'm just gonna fucking record it with my unregistered Bandicam. So, like, it says bandicam.com at the top. Great. And what I did is back then, I didn't edit anything. But what I did to add in the music is once I recorded, like, I pressed F12. I would alt-tab, go on a YouTube video, and fucking play Need for Speed Police soundtrack. I'd play that shit, alt-tab back in the game, and do a fucking pursuit.
You knew how to alt-tab at that time? Up until I was 13, I always pressed the Windows key to alt-tab. Or
Oh
whatever,
my
I just
God.
pressed the Windows key. And that would bring up shit, but yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I would just have to say it's time-consuming, and I don't think people get on my nerves, but I know for some other people, when they say shit, it gets on their nerves. Honestly, the only time
Trolls, is that what you mean?
when yeah.
Trolls, I'd say, are a very big part of YouTube, and honestly, it's not in my personal top 3, but it's pushing it. I think that kind of does that kind of carry in with bullying almost.
Nah.
Not
Because
really,
trolls are just
'cause-
in a world of their own. They
Yeah,
don't mean
I don't
anything.
take them seriously. I never have, and I never will.
I mean, I like to play with trolls.
There's
Like, that's
certain
fun.
people that say stuff which has no like if someone came up to me and said you're ugly, no one likes you, it's like okay. But then if someone says
Don't worry, babe, your hair is
but if someone
sexy.
noticed like a little stutter in my video and said, "Oh, at this point you stuttered," and you and he actually has an educated like thought behind it, kind of
Yeah, and it took like an hour just to type like one sentence.
yeah,
Just to sound really smart.
pisses me off. Use long words like conjugate, like
It's the nitpickers that get on my nerves. Like,
yeah.
Someone said to me, I made a yesterday. I made a showcase on a Huracan, and I had a whole like, I'm not satanic. Had a devil theme to it, and you know, it said 666 on the license plate. Whatever. No, it said devil on the license plate. What's wrong with me? Anyway, the guy commented, you know, because Diablo, the word
Oh
Diablo
yeah, it's in
means
devil, yeah.
yeah. He said this is cool, but it would have been better on the Diablo. Nigga, make it then. Go and make it for yourself.
No,
What are you
one thing that said. Okay, I've just got this comment. I've got a comment on my video. It says, "Wow, why did you make the Devil's Head? It's evil as it kills drivers." You're not being like. I couldn't tell whether you're being serious. Like, you're telling me I can't make a blue 240Z stanced with Watanabe rims because it's gonna kill me. Are you actually saying
I
that?
don't want the Carrera GT because that should kill Paul Walker. So therefore, I don't like that
I'm
car.
not going to create a 911 because it's got a 911 in the name.
Oh, goodness.
That's literally the same. It's the same logic. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
So is that your 3-9er?
Yep.
All right. So next, who wants to go next? Let's just open field. Anyone?
All right.
Okay. So Jay.
Oh my god, you know what? I'm gonna let CJ go because I don't have anything at the moment.
Fuck.
Damn. All right. So I'm just gonna do this from what's to like what I really don't like. So
No, CJ. I don't think you quite understand. Top 3 best and worst strings.
oh, okay. Whatever.
3.
Whatever.
3.
What? Okay. Whatever. So.
CJ, you want to say that again?
So.
Turn down for what? Boom, boom,
He knew that was coming.
I will
He knew
slay
that was
you
coming.
and your future wife. All right.
I
Anyway,
was
what was
gonna
I?
do it again, but I stopped myself. So consider yourself
Alright.
lucky.
So, one thing I don't like about it is basically how sometimes you just make a video and you like just the interaction in the comments is just non-existent. Like nobody just.
Damn it. Well, carry on going then. I'm just gonna go.
Okay. All right. I just don't like. It just feels like dead sometimes, and that just kind of. Another thing I don't like. Another thing I don't like is how demoralizing it can be sometimes when it can be really demoralizing sometimes when you're making videos and all that stuff, but you're getting like next to no subs, like new subs are coming in. It's kind of just at a dead stop. That's just really like demoralizing, and I don't know. It just kind of brings you down a bit, like your slumps that you have. I mean, every YouTuber has slumps. And
No, he's actually saying something educated. Chill your beans, man.
But yeah, it's just like every YouTuber has their slumps. But I feel
I
like
agree.
whenever you're in a
Slumps are the
slump,
worst. I agree.
yeah, like I'm going through one right now, which hopefully is ending soon because Niners overtook me, and that's again even more demoralizing because it's Niner and
Oh.
so, but
He's jealous
yeah,
of that fame, though.
but yeah, I'm just saying. And then Jay's catching up on my ass. He's gonna catch that tail ass of mine. He's trying to catch. He's coming for his ass. He's gonna trample me down, shit on me, and then head up to 1K.
Jay's
I don't
So-
need subscribers to shit on
Earlier
you.
on,
I've already
when
done
we were
that.
saying that Jay's gonna be on 15. I was being 100% serious.
Yeah.
I literally think he's gonna and I'm not just. I literally, when I say this, I actually mean it.
Okay, let's not go off topic. Carry
Jay,
on,
donate
CJ.
me some subscribers, please. All right.
Okay.
Then the third thing probably has to be the constant threat of copyright, like stuff. Like you always have to worry about copyright in music
Oh,
stuff.
I have something to say about this.
And, yeah.
on my Skyline video about on the crew. Hold on, let me actually get it up. There's actually.
Like
Yeah, it said match third party content, so I clicked on that because usually it shows like a timestamp of when the copyrighted material was on the video, but then it just said claimed by UMG. This was manually claimed due to copyright infringement, and there's no timestamp. There's nothing stating that I had copyright infringement in the video.
False claims are the worst. The worst false claims are when it's someone pretending to be someone else, and they aren't going to get punished for using that kind of a fake claim. But if you say something wrong in your defense of yourself, you can get a strike. There's such little protection from YouTubers. There's been so many
Yeah,
YouTubers,
that was in my
Yeah,
list.
me and my
popular ones, especially like people who are like 1 million subs. They have 3 strikes and then they are out, and it's not fair because it's not.
my friend and I from school we were talking. And he's pretty well educated on YouTube for some reason, even though he doesn't have a channel. But we're talking about how retarded the copyright system is on YouTube, and just how easy it is to like. I mean, you do have to try to get 3 strikes, but at the same time, it could just come out of the blue. Like you don't do anything wrong, and all of a sudden you have 3 strikes. I Hate Everything is a good example when it's completely fair use.
Derek.
And
Daddy Derek.
I've got an even better one. Do you know Mr. Magnificent Media? He used to be in the racing community.
Yeah.
Like, he has many names.
Yeah.
But he couldn't monetize on his videos because he was with AdSense. He wasn't with a partner. So he was with Google themselves, and he basically got someone basically view botted one of his videos like 100 times. And it's like 100's not even that many when you think about it. In the big scheme of things, at least. Not to the point where you can't monetize any of your videos. But anyway...
Yeah. If you look at like your total channel views, that shouldn't really play a big effect on anything.
Yeah. So basically, that happened to him, and Google banned him from having an AdSense account, and he couldn't earn any money off his videos. He carried on for years, like afterwards, like a long time afterwards. But he can't ever monetize a video ever again under his name. Ever. And... all that because he got viewbot, and he went to the Google support, and they did what? They did fuck all. It's an automated system which does fuck all. And unless you're with a partner, which thankfully I am, but even then, like some of the bigger YouTubers.
Yeah.
Like this one video.
Unless you're iJustine or like fucking Zoella, you're really, really short on support. Like really, or like Theo or AR12. You know, especially for smaller YouTubers, there's such a lack of support. I mean, in the documentary, I know for a fact I used copyright shit in there. Like at points, I'm glad it hasn't been picked up yet. Though it will.
Yeah,
it will
but
do one day. It will do one.
But
I'm not gonna say what I use just in case. Like I want to be careful on that.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, also, like, just maybe having like 5 seconds of a clip of music in your video is enough for it to be monetized or even freaking blocked in countries. I made this one. A year or 2 ago, I made this
My
video.
intro's Revolution by Nervo, the most popular female DJs in the world, and I haven't been copyright claimed yet. I don't know how.
I mean, hell, my outro is Chop Suey by System of a Down.
Yeah,
Thank
but that's
God.
shit.
Gay.
No wonder no one cares.
Yeah,
Anyway,
gay.
speed next.
But I'm not done yet. I'm just saying, like, this one video I had it was blocked in the United States because I had like 3 seconds of music of a song.
So, do you want to go on to the next one, or are we just gonna?
Yeah. The 3 things I do like, however.
No.
No.
Speedway, you're next.
Okay, so the first one would have to be, as you said, the protection, because I had that in mind, but it's just outrageous how you are not protected in YouTube because of anything. Anything could just close your channel down. Even some bigger YouTubers who take smaller YouTubers down because they put the same content.
Or they don't like their opinion.
Exactly.
That's been a thing. Yeah.
That's been the thing, and you have nothing to back yourself up with. Like you can't do anything. So that's one of the things. Another one would have to be another one. I would say the haters, but the haters, no.
They don't bother me though. Like if I get some like I don't even like considering haters. They're just people who just try and annoy you. All I do is if I see something on my video, since I like keeping my comment section clean, unlike CJ, I just remove it.
I delete it also.
If I think someone is being trollish or has no meaning behind the comment, no meaning that contributes in any way, shape, or form, if you
Delete.
If you don't like my opinion, that's fine. But if you say it in a rude way, I'm gonna delete your comment. If you're offensive in the way you convey your comment, then you won't be in my comment section. That's just
I'm completely fine with someone disagreeing with my opinion that was stated in the video.
Yeah.
Just don't be a dick about it.
Come to my channel. Come on my section.
No,
we'll have a fun time. We'll have a fun time.
CJ, shut the fuck up. And then
Thank you.
one thing that I had to agree with Niner with is just how the system works in YouTube on how your video appears in the search bar. Because, like, look at this. I had before, I had even 200 subscribers. A video that is Need for Speed No Limits. First of all, it's my most hated video. And with good reason, it was a piece of shit. That was a news video. And it has 36,000 views. I still don't know how the fuck that happened. And it was in one day. I had 10,000. and yet I make a montage. Okay, for example, I edit for like 5 hours or something, and dude, that shit gets 100. Like, what the hell is wrong? I don't get it. I just don't get the system how it works.
I'm lucky in the sense that like my most like treasured video I promoted for months, and I like did everything out of my way to make sure that that did do well, but it's still not my most viewed video,
Yeah.
and that kind of upsets me. Like from what I've seen at least for the history of Need for Speed videos on the internet, they're basically slideshows. So when you go to the extent to make basically a 2-hour long documentary on every single thing or most things that have happened with Need for Speed, and like it's not there. Obviously, it's gonna take time. It's like obvious, but yeah, I know what you mean.
I only have one video that I'm proud of that's semi-popular. It has like 6,400 views, and it's my A86 video because I was one of the few people who did an A86 video. Like, I show up before Black Panther and GTA Wise Guy. I'm the first video on if you type in.
Number one. He knows
You're the
number
first?
one. The best.
Oh my god!
But I have since I knew this was gonna happen. I even said this last podcast. I think I said that my problem with having a Need for Speed with customization. This was back when I was an Exotic fanboy. I said one of the reasons why it's gonna suck having customization is when you customize a car as on a video. People are going to be like, oh, you didn't do this or you didn't do that. You put on a fucking body kit that I didn't like, or you made the car look fucking disgusting. That video has 52 likes and 22 dislikes because people did not like the kit that I put on the car.
Yeah, didn't you get rid of a bumper? Is that why?
I don't know. But just people said you made it look ugly just because I put the 11 kit on.
That's annoying. Anyway, Spoodway, any
Yeah,
more?
but then what I have to say is that I mean I don't hate this, but when people who don't have videos ask you to make a video with them, like I mean
Yeah.
I'm totally good with
I don't-
that.
It's more of an annoyance and it's something you'll learn over
I know.
time. If you get to like I've almost got 1,000 videos. If
Yes,
you get to
but-
that point, then you'll realize
you-
what I mean.
You just don't know how to reply. You don't know what to say because I know you want to make videos and shit, but if you don't have videos in your channel, like I don't know if you're gonna take it seriously or not. So
You don't have to say no. You look like a twat. But if you
Exactly,
say
so
yes,
you don't know
making
what's-
you're making a video with someone who you don't know if they have been doing YouTube for that long. You don't know how good the editing skills are. You don't know. Like even then, like I don't mind I'll make a video with anyone as long as your content's good.
Yeah.
And I like you as a person. If I don't know who you
Yeah,
are,
that's fine.
I'm not gonna ever make a video with Hitler, even though you're dead. I mean, I'm just trying to find an example. Like I know what you mean. It's hard to turn someone down when they're so passionate. But
Yeah.
they kind of need to be on the same level as you, otherwise because a lot of people just do it for the views and subs. Let's be honest. Let's just say it straight up. People want to collab because they think it equals views and subs, and we've said this many times before. It's not that easy. But it does. But I won't rant about that because again, we've mentioned this many times before. Anyway, Spoodway, any more?
No, those were the three. So Jay.
Right, now Jay's last one. Before we go into the best things, where this is gonna get good.
To be honest, I think all of you have covered the things for me, and
Your
obviously
mic's low, by the way.
I know
Yep.
it is low because I've got very rude family members that like to just take the piss. I think to me it's weird because I'm so early on into this. I don't really feel I have things that I hate. I haven't really I haven't really experienced a lot of things like you guys have. You've been on this for a lot longer than me. So I don't know. I could go on with the good things, but with the bad things, it's kind of hard to address them. In my case, if that makes any sense to anyone.
Right. Let's go on to the good things. So I'll go first. I want to say, actually, before we go off to the bad things, I want to say the
Good
fact
things.
that this is for me specifically. 1,000 videos later on this one channel alone, and you kind of look back on it, and this isn't even like a bad thing. This is just a reflection thing. And it's kind of more advice, I'd say. For me, it's taken 1,000 videos. For Niner, it may take a couple hundred videos. For CJ,
I have over 300 videos private because they're just so shit. So I have probably 500 total.
Still doesn't take away from my point though. Like there's certain lessons of YouTube that will take. It's different for every person. I had someone earlier on today ask me how long it takes to edit videos. It's person specific, not video specific. I may take, let's say, 5 hours to do a montage, and Jay might take 8. That, or it might be the other way around. Maybe because in Premiere Pro it takes longer, or maybe I'm less experienced, or maybe because this happened or this happened. It depends from person to person. It depends what video you're making. Like the documentary took a year, then a news video might not take that long. Well, it definitely shouldn't take a year because then it's not news. But like, there's only things which you'll learn if you do it over a prolonged period of time. But even then, it just takes a while. It does take a while, really does. But anyway, back onto the good things. So, top 3 good things. Now, obviously, number 1, and I'm going to put this under a big umbrella, is meeting people. So that correlates under meeting subscribers and subscriber generalities and just growing, all that kind of stuff, as well as, you know, like meeting all these people's. He has, like, I mean, honestly, people treat subscribers differently. Subscribers are just people.
Yeah.
Like, people treat subs as a number, and that's
Yeah.
as fuck. They're just people. They're just like normal people, just like us, and that's the only. There's no difference between me or him or her or whatever. If I've got any female subscribers, hello. But like,
I'm single. I'm single.
I'm single. I make it race. Say my name. That's besides the point. Like, they're just people. Like, they're no different to us. They're just normal people, and that's why a lot of people don't seem to understand. But when you see a new comment or a new face, like I've said this before, you remember the comments. Like, well, me specifically. Well, I'm sure all of us here, we will remember the names in the comments, especially if they're frequent. Like, even the pictures have really helped sometimes.
Yes.
But like you just remember who's in the comments, and yeah, I think meeting and interacting generally, that's the best part about YouTube. It's why I still reply to all my comments, although it's getting hard as fuck. I'm still gonna try to do it as long as I can. Nah, I'm joking.
What was that?
That was me. You know, you've just been pimped. But that's besides the point. So, yeah, meeting and interacting, definitely number 1. Number 2, it's hard because meeting and interacting can definitely be, fuck you guys. It can definitely be, it can be like, I don't know. Second one I'd say is the skills I've learned. So that comes into video editing skills, commentary skills, the confidence. Confidence is huge. Before I came into YouTube, you think I stuttered a lot right now? You should have seen what I was like before. I was scared to talk to people, and now I'm not. I don't give a fuck. I'll say what I think. I like if I, like no before I would be scared to say I like video games, and that was a serious point. Like, I'd be scared to say I like video games, and then even when I was doing FIFA, I would be scared to say that I like playing Halo or I'd like racing games, and then I kind of went over to the racing game community. And it was like, I don't care anymore. Like,
Give me your fucking FIFA coins. Take it.
Yeah, people said that on my leaving FIFA video. But like, I don't care. Like, my confidence has gone up a lot. Like, it's my self-esteem has gone up a lot. No debt. Hustle.
No.
But yeah, I don't know. Confidence and just generally, just the experience generally. I think that's my third point, is the experience as a whole. Now, this is, again, I don't want to brag. It seems like I'm bragging, and I don't want it to be that way. But to meet the people I met at EGX, more specifically, this year, that was insane. Speedway, shut the fuck up. I see you. You be like this. I don't appreciate that. No. Like, just to, like, the experiences YouTube comes with. I'm so tempted to kick him, but I know his webcam won't work, so I'm not going to do it. But,
No.
Like, yeah.
And it fucks up people's audio.
Can I finish my point, bitch? I don't feel like I'm being accepted right now. Okay? The experiences. So, everything from watching a video do extremely well, from gaining the 100 subscriber mark. I still have this. Don't think that I have this. But everything from gaining like 100. I remember 100 subscribers was huge. Niner, fuck you. Okay, so everything from gaming.
Now my audio is fucked, asshole.
But that's your fault for being a dickhead, man. But what do you mean your audio's fucked?
When you kick people from calls, it lowers the volume by 75%.
Good. Anyway, can I finally go now? Third time lucky.
Yeah.
So the experiences. Now, again, third time. I think I can't even do this shit without you guys laughing.
Cam has experience.
No, I want to say my experience, but you ain't letting me share my story. Okay, I'm a DJ Khaled this shit right now. So the experience is the best because it at least allows you to do a lot of things. YouTube has both increased my confidence as well as my personal speaking skills. I've got to say the people you meet as well as the experiences that you'll get given if you persevere are tremendous. For example, this applies to CJ and Speedway. Having your name in fucking Need for Speed. Niner! You got given speed boost! Boy, the guys at EA, that's an experience.
Yeah.
Jay.
Well, my channel is what it is because of Need for Speed, obviously, so I'm not even going to moan or
Yeah,
say...
fucking 100 subscribers a day.
Jay, getting 100 subscribers a day. That's a motherfucking experience. I got my own experience. I met AR12. He didn't fucking clue what I was. He was like, who the fuck this guy? You want 5K? I remember when I went to EGX, there was some fat Indian guy, and I don't give a shit. I unfollowed him on Twitter. He forced followed me. But anyway, I'll explain that in the story. He was like, how many subscribers you want? At the time, I think I was on 4K, around EGX time. So I said 4K. He was like 45K. What a rude bastard. I said 4K for a reason, bitch. I've been doing YouTube longer than you. You ain't got the answers. And then guess what?
You ain't got the answers,
Guess what he did
Sway.
afterwards? He took my phone, searched his own name on Twitter, and followed himself.
What?
He's on like 100K, and he wants me to follow him. Nah, I unfollowed him at like the next day. Like, nah, I'm not having that shit. Like, I remember that was an experience though. That was pretty funny. And I think that was just because I was hanging around with Theo for the day. But like, I don't know where I was coming with that. Yeah, the third thing on my list is experiences. If you persevere with YouTube, you will get them, guaranteed, without a doubt. Even if the smallest things, the 100 subs, huge. Every single sub's huge, but 100 subs more specifically is one I remember in the back of my head as just being like, what has happened? Like, that was huge. And then, like, I remember 1K. Just the experiences as a whole are huge. And those are my top 3 things.
You basically
I'll
nailed
go
everything
next.
on the head.
Nina, you're next. CJ, you gonna get your chance to speak. I'm gonna let you finish, but Nina, you're first.
I don't want to let this drag on too long, so I'm going to keep it short and sweet. So the first one is if you do this for a certain amount of time and you get better at editing, you could actually like pursue a career in video editing in like college or university or whatever. Yeah. Yeah.
I want
Oh,
to
yeah.
Experience.
I want to go into video production. Funnily enough, because of YouTube. I feel like YouTube gives me such a big leeway for what I've done, and that looks really good on my fucking application. But yeah, I'm that person you just described, Nina.
Yeah, boy. But yeah, it gives you that that career path that you could take to like pursue video editing as a career, which is really cool. Another thing is if you put a lot of time into something and it ends up doing well, that's also amazing.
Yeah.
Cam's Need for Speed history video is a good example. And I would say the last thing is, the subscriber goals is another thing. Like, the big ones are 100, 500, 1,000, 10,000, 50,000, and 100,000. Those are the big ones.
1 million, which I'm never gonna hit 1 million. Never. Like,
You don't know that, Sway.
Well, Jay's gonna hit it
Yeah,
in like
Jay-
2
Jay-
months.
Jay-
Jay's gonna hit
Yeah,
this time
next
next
week.
month. We're gonna be sat here. We're gonna have 1 million subscribers. It's gonna be
What's
game
that?
over.
Do I smell bullshit? Oh, God.
Just you remember how you said you weren't gonna hit 800 subs? Oh wait. Sorry, Nana. You can go on going.
Those are all mine. Just the subscriber achievements, pursuing YouTube as a career, and fuck, what was the other thing I said? I don't even know. I don't even know what I said, but I know I said something.
Right.
I know I said 3 probably, so someone else go.
Okay.
Speedway.
Okay, so basically I had to agree with
I
Cam.
can see that you were ready to say that. You were like, I'm ready. Let me answer I got 3. Go on.
Yeah. Okay, but you know when you said that you can say to people that you play games and everything. Well, basically I use it for if I meet somebody, I say, "Yo, I play games. I make YouTube videos."
I'm doing what you were doing while like you interrupted me and shit. I'm doing that to you right now.
No, the problem is I don't give a fuck. But then, but then, like I use it to like tell if people like me or not. So if you like that I play video games and upload to YouTube, well, that's great. If you don't like it, well, fuck off. Like
Yeah,
that's based.
it's good to like judge how much of a friend someone is, because if they're like you make YouTube videos, they'll be like, it's like then they ain't your friend.
I mean,
Fucking gay? You
Yeah.
fucking gay?
they can joke and all, but if they take it seriously and they accept it, that's totally fine. Then the second one would be, of course, the goals, the YouTube goals, and having the subscriber, everything. I remember when I hit 100 subscribers, also it was like really huge. I thought it was like I don't know, like fucking PewDiePie back in the day.
It was mad. It's just mad when you first hit 100 and to think that's 100 people.
Yeah.
A lot of fucking people.
That's like a fucking classroom. Like
yeah.
you can fill up a classroom with that.
That's it's cinema. Fair to say it's cinema.
Yeah. And all those people watch your videos. That's crazy. And then I would say, the people I meet. For example, like I would have never thought I would meet you guys, and then I would never meet, for example, Marcus Nielsen, James Mowat. Like that's I never thought it would be so close.
I can agree. 100%. Like you
With
don't,
developers.
you just don't think about this shit. Like who thought we'd be almost we're 2.5 hours into a podcast talking about this shit a year ago? I didn't like. No.
No.
A year ago, I didn't know who Niner was. I didn't know who Jay was.
I knew who
Speedway
you
CJ
was. I knew who you was, and
Sorry, I got a cramp in my leg. But like I didn't know you guys were. It's mad to think in a year's time how much things can change, for the good as well.
yeah.
I agree.
Yeah, I love you,
Speedway. Was
babes.
that your 3?
Love you.
Did you say 3? I think you said 3.
Love you, babes. Love
You
you,
said 3?
babes.
Okay,
Love
I'm
you,
gonna let
babes.
Jay go first because CJ gonna
Love you,
drag this
babes.
shit on for another half
Love
an
you,
hour.
babes.
Oh, I love you too. I love you too.
I'm gonna say just this gives me something to do. Are you done?
It's just Speedway now.
Oh my god. Okay. To be honest, it's just the whole the fact that this gives me something to do with myself. Before I started doing this, I was a bit bored. I didn't have anything to do. I really did not like what I was doing at college or anything. I will murder your mum. Will actually go to your house, Speedway, and murder your mum in front of you if you
Speedway,
carry
no
on.
one interrupted your shit, so why are you interrupting everyone else's? I didn't appreciate that. We had to restart 3 motherfucking times. Chew your beans. God.
Okay, so I wasn't enjoying college. You know, I needed something to keep my mind active, something to occupy me, and I didn't have it. And when I started watching YouTube videos, which surprisingly was only last year, I didn't really watch YouTube videos before that. I thought it was kind of dumb, actually. Like, I came across Slap Train. I think I've said this before. And because of how simplistic his videos were, and he wasn't even that good at the game, I thought, hey, I can do this. Surely I can do this. Surely I can do this. Like, it looks fun to show people, you know, what you can do and to actually share a game with a wide amount of people instead of just, you know, sitting there getting a high score on something and sharing it with yourself. This allows you to communicate with people.
The original YouTube slogan was broadcast yourself or something like that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
That's it.
even though I thought it was dumb, now I have a totally different view on it, obviously because I do it myself. And this, if people ever look at YouTube and say, oh, that takes no effort, that's a waste of time, kill yourself 2 times. Okay,
It
murder
hasn't been
twice.
accepted yet. Like when you say to someone, "I want to do YouTube as a living," it's like, really, nigga? Like,
Yeah.
no one takes it seriously. They're like,
Yeah, and you know, like I said before, I didn't know what to do with Sony Vegas 8 months ago. I had no clue.
And it's such a great pastime too. Like it's a great hobby.
Yeah.
Like if
Yeah.
you want to pass some time and be productive at the same time,
and you
great.
feel
It's a
so
great way
great
to start.
after what you do. You
Oh
feel
yeah.
amazing when you produce what a
Only
montage
if
or
you
something.
enjoy it, and that's
Yeah.
something a lot of people
But-
force themselves to do it.
Well,
and
if you
that's
don't
never
enjoy
good.
it, stop doing it.
Yeah.
Find something
Yeah.
else.
But that's for
because-
anything though. That can apply
Yeah,
to any hot
yeah.
pastime.
But yeah, I think that's it for me. Just the whole experience as a whole. It's
See now you doing a CJ. I said top 3.
well, I don't. You've
I
all
think
said
that sums up.
Yeah.
because I've been going last. You've all been hitting nails on the head, and I don't want to repeat myself. Well, I don't want to repeat what you said. You've already said. The whole. You've said. So I feel like I've given my share of what I like, and yeah.
That's cool, bro. That's cool. CJ, and now you're gonna ramble on about 3 we already said, but go on.
Top 10.
All right.
Top
You guys said
Time to get my
everything,
phone.
Basically, you hit everything nail on the head. But one thing I do want to point out is I'm not a popular kid at school. I don't think any of us are
No.
here.
Nigga,
Except
I
for Jay.
was.
Except Jay.
Nigga, I'm
Jay.
black. Everybody love me, nigga. I got fans, nigga. Real life. No, I'm joking.
Yeah,
Jay.
but what I'm saying is
Jay.
YouTube like kind of has helped me feel more accepted in life because at school like I'm the weird kid sits in the back. I'm the weird white kid sits in the back of the class.
I'm the weird
Yeah.
kid that shoots up school.
But I'm not weird in the way I am on YouTube. Like I don't talk much in school. I'm very like meek. I
Me
don't
neither.
like. I'm really quiet in school.
Especially
But-
because I have like no friends in any of my classes. Like the only time that I make any contact
Yeah.
with people is at lunch and brunch, brunch and lunch.
Yeah, like
Bunch of
like I don't talk with many people. I'm not that. I'm pretty antisocial. So I'm trying to fix that, but still, like YouTube has helped me feel accepted, knowing that more people have subscribed to my YouTube channel, like kids that actually that go to my school. Like just knowing that, and knowing
So I've
that.
already gone over something I've said about confidence.
No,
I'm
that-
just, I'm
I
just,
said
reinfor-
confidence.
I'm,
Yeah,
just
but that's what I meant.
I'm just reinforcing it.
Exactly,
for
and that's what I
my
meant
thing.
why I didn't want to babble on and say what you've already said. So
I'm
just saying.
joking.
Nigga-
God.
Well, your jokes have no meaning, Sway. Even though it's not your name, whatever. I
So,
don't know what Speedway's doing.
should we go on to the next topic?
Yeah.
All right.
I wanted to try new effects.
This is going to be a 3-hour Drivecast. I didn't think we were going to hit an hour. So the next one is... We'll save this one for next week.
Stories.
We'll save that one for next week because...
Okay,
This
we
is
had a
ages.
Q&A still.
Yeah, we'll just go
Kinda
for the Q&A. So we
Yeah.
missed one question off Speedways last week. So do you want to go for and do that one first?
Was it one?
It was win 3 of... I don't know, it might be more than one. But we
Yeah.
didn't answer yours because we completely forgot. I ain't gonna lie, I completely forgot about your shit.
Ow.
Okay, yeah, sure.
wow.
Oh shit, last week's
Wow.
podcast did well on my channel.
Ow.
Okay, I'm ready for promotion.
Okay, so hold on.
I'm
It's you.
ready. Promotion.
Kill yourself.
Chocolate! Chocolate!
Chocolate.
Okay, so
He's selling chocolate!
fuck boys, you here. Okay, so here's my usual joke question. Okay, hold on. This from Win3 Apollo. If you were all to go to a road trip together in a part of the world, what would happen?
This is a good question. I think to add to that, we should say where would we go?
Ooh.
Now, I'm gonna
I
say
would go to
straight
UK.
up Japan.
I'm gonna say straight up,
Japan?
I ain't going nowhere. You fuck niggas probably kill
Fine, don't
yourself.
then buy. The original group minus the intern.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh,
Where we
oh,
going?
oh,
I want to go to Japan. I want to go to Japan.
Hey, if it was the original group, it'd be me, you, and
Kill yourself. Where we going?
Greg.
No, you know what? You're
Okay,
not
so
even right
Ja-
anyway. It's just me speaking.
Okay,
right now.
if we meet in Japan, what would happen?
I vote Japan.
I vote North Korea. Well, from Japan to North Korea.
See,
You're such a
I couldn't
shit.
live with CJ. Like, I legit don't think I could live with you. Like, I'd imagine I'd be going down, I'm washing the dishes or something, and you'd come and be like, "Oh, look, you're washing the dishes," and that would just piss me off. I don't know why. Like, just yeah, of course I am. Have you got fucking eyes? It's like, that would just piss me
No,
off.
he'd be like,
like you know
You'd
when
be like,
everyone's going.
Oh
to
my
bed.
god, could you guys imagine a vlog?
Nigga,
all
nigga,
of us
hey, hold on. I'm gonna let you finish. I was speaking. I'm gonna let you finish though. I was speaking. Imagine imagine
You
at
have the
night.
orb.
At night, everyone's sleeping. CJ, good night. Like
Oh no! Or while he's sleeping, he just starts screaming. So everyone's asleep, and then, like, in his sleep, he's like, ah! 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 Like,
No. Like going back to the dishes thing. Like Cam is up in the morning and like everyone has had their breakfast. CJ gets up late. He walks down the stairs and he looks at Cam and he's like, "Oh, you're doing the dishes."
That's what he said. That's what he said. That's what
No,
he said.
but I'm saying it in
what I just
CJ's tone.
said.
I'm saying it in CJ's tone, okay?
Or walking into CJ's room and having that smell of all that food and him half naked sitting there in a chair. No!
No. Or going to the bathroom and finding CJ taking the shit with the door open.
Oh, no, I couldn't live with CJ. Sorry, CJ. I could never live with you. Everyone else, I think I could cope with. But CJ, no. I just like Skype calls are enough.
You
And
could.
sometimes I sit there and think, why am I in the Skype call? So like, nah, it's all love. Anyway,
Okay, so
we should vote on a road trip. So is Japan a unanimous decision?
Yeah.
yeah.
Sure.
Sure.
What would we do there? Obviously,
Talk. No, I'm joking.
it would be though.
Me and Speedway, we go to the local.
Even
We go
drive.
to the local strip club. We
Well,
get
but-
drunk as shit, and we come back and take a
Yes!
shit on the steering wheel. So that
Oh,
way
we
you
can
guys.
sit on the strippers then.
You
We go into Japan, we gonna get wasted, and then we gonna take
No. What should happen is Speedway. We should
No.
get him fucking wasted and then he goes to a brothel.
No! Why?
Okay, question.
Why? Wait, hold on. Why is this sexual? Why?
No,
Why can't we
question. When I turn 18, me and Speedway drinking game on Drivecast.
Okay.
I don't even
Yeah.
drink. I don't like
Not
drinking.
sexual.
Hold the phone. Why am I not involved?
I want to.
Because you're
Do
5
you
years
want
old. We've already confirmed this.
Yeah. We need a babysitter for Jay.
Because wait, what? I didn't hear you.
I don't even like drinking. Actually, I take that back.
What the hell? I didn't hear you say what you said.
Jay and Speedway can go. I don't like drinking, so
Okay.
Kill
Yeah, fuck
yourself.
boy.
it's fine. Anyway, yeah, that'd be Japan. Road trips.
Yeah.
Basically, it'll be AIDS on the road.
Oh.
It'd be what you see right now, but 10 times worse.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it would be like ass grabbing and shit. Like that shit.
Imagine if it's like.
Excuse me.
Imagine if we all have to take turns driving.
I'm
Imagine
the
we all.
only one that could actually see that happening in the future. Like all of us together in one place, meeting up.
Oh
we see
god, that'd be AIDS.
I think, well, me and Jay, it's just a formality because we live
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
UK.
you're in the J-
I
But I
doubt
think-
it would be like this because even if you say
you're
you
like-
would act normal, you would not.
I would.
Your personality changes immediately.
No,
Automatic-
It's
I
just like being
I
on a Skype call.
exact same.
Like, that's how it was for me and Theo.
It's the same, yeah.
And it was, yeah. like, but, yeah, hope we answered your question. Any more on that one, Speedway?
I have, yes. What if Need for Speed Edge combined on modern maps, Secrets, County, Fairhaven?
Did we already
Red-
answer that one?
Yeah,
We answered
already-
that one last
Oh, you
week.
did? Okay, then I don't know if this is a question from NC Racer GT2. Why should Need for Speed have a GT storyline, not an impressive one that is on par with the Last of Us story?
What?
I think he means, like, why does
But
it...
the Last of Us is a game. It's a game for the PS3 and the PS4 that had a really good storyline.
Oh, that.
But
It's
not, it
basically
doesn't
a playable
Yes.
story, isn't it? Playable movie.
Yes.
It's yeah. So basically, what he's saying is, why can't Need for Speed have a good immersive story, and why does it have to
Yes.
be cheesy? The
Because it's
answer
Need for
is
Speed.
no. The answer is it doesn't, because Undercover didn't have a particularly cheesy story, nor
I-
did The Run really.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that Need for Speed never had a too serious story.
I
Like
think
you can.
Undercover was a really good story. I
No,
thought it
Undercover
quite-
was gritty
It was
as
a
hell.
really. It was a really good story. Yeah.
So I'm gonna say it doesn't. I like the cheesiness. It makes me laugh.
Actually, sorry, out of every single Need for Speed storyline, I believe that Undercover has the most realistic.
Yeah.
Am I-
Same.
I think the Undercover is the best storyline, hands down.
Yeah. Same.
Yeah.
So yeah. Any more, or should we go into the next
Yeah,
one?
and Series G2 from the last Drivecast video he has. How would you feel if this game sells less than Need for Speed Hot Pursuit 2010?
It won't.
I just have to say it won't.
If it did though, if it did, I'd be surprised, and
Then
I
again-
wouldn't do anything about it because I've supported the game as much as I can. So
Hot
Yeah.
Pursuit 2010 sold like 8 million copies. So.
Yeah.
Because I had the Hot Pursuit name.
And it's a great game.
You got to keep
Yeah.
in mind.
Oh.
It was.
Jay, your
It
opinion
was-
doesn't
it
matter.
was a
You're
great
still
game.
5
It was a
years
great
old.
game. It really
Oh,
was a great
it
game.
wasn't
For
great.
for the time and stuff.
It's good. It wasn't great. Oh,
It's a
yeah.
great game.
It was one of the best Need for Speeds of recent time. Minus
Yes.
2015.
Okay, yeah, that's true. It wasn't
Okay.
AIDS like Rivals or
I
Yeah.
played that shit for a long time. So.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, if it does sell worse, which it definitely won't, there's nothing we can do. Like, we've supported the game, we've gave our feedback on things we think they can add in, on what we think they did well. There's as fans, there's nothing we can do at all. Like
Yeah.
we've done our most, so nothing
Yeah.
really.
So
Is that it?
he has two more questions. Since the majority of people are disappointed with this game, well,
Not
that's
true.
from what I think. He says, do you think Ghost Games will go back to the Hot Pursuit games? No,
Nope.
it's a reboot. They said it like a million times.
Not in a long
It
time.
was
Not at
serious.
least another like 5 or 6
Nope.
years.
And if they did, I would commit suicide.
Same.
Yes, come on, make a new Hot Pursuit game.
Yes,
Okay.
and then
Oh,
That's
dude.
edgy.
then he says, if this game flops, what's the next Need for Speed gonna be like? I suppose.
Same thing,
The
but
same thing.
bigger and better.
Yes.
Either way, if it doesn't flop, then it's still going to be the same. It's just going to be bigger and better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So is that it?
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, right. So I've got a few on mine. So, Cab Beats. Sorry if I said your name wrong. Cab Beats. He says, would you guys like to see air suspension in a new Need for Speed update, kind of
Yes.
like Midnight Club LA?
Yes. Hydraulics, right? There you
So
go,
air
right?
suspension basically lowers your car even lower to what it already is. It basically
Oh,
allows
I
you
know
to
that.
avoid bumps, basically, on the road.
It's basically slamming your car with the option to not fuck your car up.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd love it. Be great.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, yeah.
Be awesome.
I think that's actually a really good option, but I think there's a few more things they need to add in before that.
Yeah, definitely.
Besides that, yeah, love to see it. Just looking through to this one. Oh, there's a comment about Theo being added as host. I don't think he'd ever join us. I think he'd feel really uncomfortable too.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
definitely.
Our humor.
Okay, now this is a hard question. Angel Sanchez Ruiz. Sorry if I said. Is it? I'm not sure if it's Angel or Angel or however you say.
Angel.
I'm assuming it's Angel. He says drifting in Need for Speed 2015 or the Crew Wild Run with drift spec.
That's a hard question.
No, Need for Speed 2015.
What do you
Yeah.
mean? Definitely
I mean,
Need for Speed.
Yeah, the crew Wild Run is okay, but I don't know. It's definitely a little bit
I
harder.
do not know how people do it. I am
I don't.
ass at drifting.
Same.
Like, how does Ski Stam get like 300,000 points?
Feels
on
like
fucking
you're on
drifting?
ice
I
on
know.
the crew.
It's just hard to master. Like it's easy to get into, but it's hard.
No, it's not easy to get into. Fuck that.
It's not. It's not hard. You just slam your car sideways and it just slides.
Yeah,
It's not. There's no flinchiness about it. It's really fluid,
It's-
actually.
It's hard to keep the combos going. That's why.
They're two different handling styles for two different games, and that's what's
Yeah.
so hard to compare them. It's like, how do you compare them? You can't. It's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard to say.
I-
I can't pick. I think they're good as each other for what they need to do. Drift spec is good for the drift events and all that kind of stuff, but then Need for Speed, it's more universal. So
Either way, I would go with Need for Speed.
Yeah, same.
all right then. So let's have a look through here. I think that's it. Oh, we got some from Toma as well. Which car would suit DJ Khaled the best?
Maybach.
Bentley.
Pew, pew.
No, I was thinking Rolls Royce.
Maybach.
No.
Oh,
Definitely a
Rolls Royce
Maybach.
and Bentley.
Definitely a Maybach. I think.
Bugatti Veyron, because he's fat as shit.
Fuck you, CJ.
How does that
What?
make any sense?
That doesn't make any sense.
I'm gonna go off on a
Because-
limb and say a Toyota Prius with a Liberty Walk kit. So
Yes.
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 He's got one more.
Oh my
question.
god.
He's asked like 3 questions, but we'll just get this one then done over with. Do you think JDM tuners will die in the future? For example, no body kits, etc. I think
Nope.
they are already slowly dying.
Slowly and very slowly. I think customization is spreading to different car, like
JDM tuners though, like actual Japanese tuners, is
Yeah.
what I think.
I think that they are dying in what they used to be, but they are definitely not dying. Like they used to have a cool shade. Now they're aiming more for the European kind
the
of
only
market.
cars I can think of right now, which are JDM tuner cars from Japan.
GTA
the
6
BRZ.
and UFC.
Well, that's the same thing. BLZ. That's it. The MX-5 looks like a European. It doesn't look like a tuner.
Yeah.
Just no. I don't think the nature and like the body kits and all that kind of stuff. That's not gonna die. That'll go on for years and years and years because it's customization. People will love to make things feel their own. But as for Japanese cars, I don't know what they're doing. Like, I don't understand what route they're going down. It's like these Japanese manufacturers, they're not doing it. I don't understand why they're not, like, why haven't we got a better engine than the 2JZ on, like, thinking about it on the tuning perspective. That's still arguably one of the best engines to tune on, and that's from the 90s. So, yeah, I think that they are getting worse. I don't think body kits and stuff are ever going to die, though. Body kits will never die. Body kits are great. I love body kits. Don't we all love body kits?
They're
and that's
cool.
all of the questions on my video.
Yeah, that's pretty much.
Wow.
Not many this episode, actually. Yeah, if you guys want to leave them for next episode, go ahead. Leave them down in the comments down below. Have you guys got any more before we go?
No, nigga.
Nina?
Nope.
Alright then, so if you guys enjoyed this episode of Drivecast, hit the like and subscribe to all our channels down below, and I will see you. It's been almost 3 hours. We need to go now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Any last words?
Nope.
It's good enough.
Waggle.
I'm gonna hit that.